Just staring at the TV.
All right, you ready?
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome
What's
to
up,
checking
baby?
in. What's going on, guys? How are you guys?
I'm good. I'm zen.
You're
I'm
zen?
zen.
Zen?
Did 3.5 hours of meditation before this.
Oh, that's
Sounds
good.
wonderful.
Just came out.
Yes, as soon as he came to work, he meditated the
Yeah.
entire time he was at work.
Yeah, I was
He
just,
like punched in and then he meditated till
Yeah.
now.
I feel like
It's
I
true.
need to take notes. Maybe I
should-
should start doing
Yeah.
You should start doing that too. 8 to 5.
8 to 5 meditation.
Yeah, exactly.
perfect.
That way
Get
people. Oh,
refreshed.
sorry, she's meditating. Don't interrupt.
Don't interrupt. She's
Don't interrupt.
meditating.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
There's
great.
probably
It's
like
my
some
religion.
religious thing, right?
Oh, yeah,
You can't you can't interrupt a meditation.
And that's legally, I'm bound to be able to do that because it is
because
my
you're
religion.
You're Buddhist.
It's part of my Buddhist heritage.
Yeah.
Which allows me to meditate however long and whenever I
Yeah.
need. It's just like it's like the bat signal in the sky.
Yeah.
I have that in my brain. God sends it to my brain. Meditate
But
now.
God, wait.
Noah.
Whoa.
God,
Meditate now,
God,
Noah.
you're Buddhist, but God sending you. What is Buddha sending it to you, or is God sending it to you?
Well, the
I'm just
thing
curious.
is that I am multicultural, so I have
that
like
makes sense.
4 or 5 different
Okay.
figures.
So you like Buddha tells you to meditate,
Buddha
but then you have
meditate.
to like go to
But the
communion
sign-
on Sunday.
Communion on Sunday, but
and,
God
catechism.
sends me the.
Know these
Well,
answers.
that 1 second. Then this, and that's what makes me be able to meditate whenever I want.
Yeah, during work hours
Religion. What amendment is that?
It's
the
weird.
4th
only. I
amendment.
think it is an amendment.
It's
Yeah.
not an amendment.
Yeah,
No.
it is.
But-
Freedom of religion.
So I don't.
That's an amendment.
Rogan, man.
That is, you're right. It is in the Constitution.
It's in there somewhere.
I don't think it's an amendment. I just think it's in the Constitution.
Are you sure? Can we get a Google on that?
I think that the freedom of religion is not an amendment. I believe
Well,
that's
I just
want to
want to,
Yeah, I think
fact
that's just
check
part
this.
of the.
Well,
Oh, what was
I
that
gotta-
first thing that popped up right there, big guy?
What's that?
Wikipedia.
Amendment, spacebar. First one.
Freedom. Is it an amendment?
Let's see. First Amendment.
Oh, it is. A First
Oh, who's the dummy now?
Amendment. All right,
Dad.
yeah. I'll own it. Thank you.
Meditating.
All right.
Don't
good.
ignore. Don't.
All right.
So I just got a quick question. It's nothing too deep. So I don't know a whole lot about the religions and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
Buddha. So
Did someone say my name?
Is Buddha God or like okay? So because
Well,
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
religions have their form of God,
Yeah.
Allah, God, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like
Allah.
that. So with Buddhism, what do they have?
It's a following.
a God,
Yeah.
or do they follow Buddha, or like what is
Okay.
their higher
Siddhartha
power?
Gautama.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah,
what
there
is
you
it?
go.
Siddhartha Gautama is
Yeah,
their
is
their
the- yeah.
leader, but it's not a god. It's just a person, but it's a following.
Yeah, it's a.
It's more like yoga, almost in a
So-
way.
Yeah, it's
like-
almost like a yogi.
But like I said, do they have just like a higher power that they're
Well-
going
Well,
to? or,
Buddhists
like,
believe
what
that
is it?
everything is connected, right? They believe that
So
the
is
whole
the energy
the
they're
energy of
more
the
like
world
in-
is connected.
Yeah.
So
in
you're connected
that?
with all living things. You're connected with the
Okay.
earth. You're connected with the plants.
their
You're
boy.
connected with
So it's
everything.
not like a higher power. It's like all
Yeah, the energy of the earth.
is
Yeah, the
equal. I'm
energy of the
pretty
world.
sure-
Not just the world, but the universe. Yeah.
Wasn't Buddha like a real human that lived on this earth?
It's him right here,
Yeah,
Siddhartha
that's-
Gautama.
yes,
Well, that's what I
that's
mean.
him,
Like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
like he was like a real
That's
person,
Right, yeah.
And so he's not God because he's
Right,
actually
right.
physical, and he was once you could touch him.
Right. But
And
so,
so,
that's
like,
what my
God's, like,
question was:
invisible.
do they believe in a higher power, or
Well, Buddha is their
well-
like their deity. Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, like I mean, they
I
but,
need to read more.
but I don't think they
I've
worship
heard of
him.
Buddhism, but I've
yeah,
never
no.
really
they
got
don't
the-
worship him like they would, you know, really, like Christianity would worship Jesus or something.
All I know
Let's
is that
get off
all
of
I
fucking
know,
religion.
I just
No,
had a
all I
question.
know-
Nobody has the
We're
answer.
never gonna-
That's
Yeah,
You're
you're
fine.
supposed-
okay. Can I go into this? She's like asking us, like we're Buddhist, man.
You
I
said you were
never-
Buddhist.
I am half Buddhist. It's like I barely study
I
it.
just asked
Really
if you
study it.
knew, and if you
Come
don't
on.
know, just
You
say
don't.
I don't
Actually,
But
know.
now
I
we have
do
to-
like Buddhism.
That's
though.
all that.
Yeah,
that's
you
all that
love
took.
it. You love it. You love it so much.
All right, so this is the deal, guys. I am going to ask you guys some questions, but I need, you guys in the super chats
In the supers.
can join in on this question thing.
Yes.
All right, so I have tailored 6
no.
questions.
6 questions. Now, is there a test score? A test score?
No test score. This is this is off the cuff. What you guys think of these
Okay.
things, and they're just random things that
Random
I thought
questions.
about. But if people in the super chat would like to have your own random question, you can
Yeah.
super chat us, and we will answer your questions the same way as the first question.
Well, I love
Would you like to
questions.
start? Would you like to start with question number 1?
I would love to start. Now, am
All right,
I
well,
answering or am I asking?
I'm going to ask, and you guys answer, and I'll
Okay.
answer too. Last night we actually decided we wanted to watch a kind of an older
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
We watched What About Bob with Bill Murray.
Bill Murray is a good
And
one.
it was a great one.
Yeah, it still holds up.
It does hold up. It's
Yeah.
really good. So what? Richard Dreyfuss, obviously Oscar winner as well. Not to mention one of my favorite movies, the Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Third.
Yeah, Third Kind. So yeah. So anyways,
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg, by the way,
Steven Spielberg.
directed that one.
That's a good one.
So anyways, what
Yeah.
is your favorite oldest movie? Like older movie? What is your
okay,
favorite
wait.
one?
What? So define old movie.
I'm talking
because
like
I
something
feel
between
like
the
I
80s
feel like
and
that's not an
2000s.
old movie.
No, I think like from the 80s.
Come on.
Like
She just said that a 30-year-old movie's not an old movie?
yeah.
In
not-
my life, it's not.
That was an old movie. So I'm going to say from the 80s and 90s. 80s and 90s. What's your favorite
Okay.
movie?
Come on. Well, that's a different definition for
Yeah.
me because
Well-
I've only been alive since 99.
Okay.
Right.
What's your favorite?
Yeah, but you've watched all
right,
the
so
old
listen.
movies. You've watched a lot of old movies.
My
with us.
favorite old movie, I'm not even thinking into it. I'm just Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. Oh, that's a good one.
Tarantino's definitely my favorite director of all time.
Yeah, he's
So it had to be in that ilk.
great. That's a good
And then I'm
one.
picking Kill
Interesting.
Bill because
Kill
that
Bill's
was
a good
like my cherry popper
Yeah.
for his.
Oh, okay.
I had a big Kill Bill thing going on. And honestly, it's a huge inspiration for my life. It's just like beautiful.
He's such a unique director.
I know. I
You know what
love
mean?
him. Like
there's nothing like
not-
a Tarantino movie.
nothing like a Tarantino movie. I'm not homosexual, but I would kiss him on the cheek.
And a cheek only?
On
I
the
mean,
cheek.
that's very European.
Yeah, that's very European.
Just
Well, we were watching the
show
Great
my
Pottery
appreciation.
Show, which we happen to love, the Great Pottery Bake
It's a
Off or
banger.
whatever the hell it is.
Great Pottery Bake
yeah,
Off.
that's
is
it.
Yeah, whatever.
You're merging a couple of my
it
British
doesn't matter.
shows.
That was it.
It's the same thing. It's the
got
same
it.
thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. But did you see the final?
Oh, yeah.
The guy that cries. The
Yeah, the
judge.
braid?
No, the judge
Cry
guy,
guy?
the cry guy.
Okay.
But he kissed the guy with the braids.
Yeah.
He goes, "Mwah."
Congratulations.
right on the
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if it was
I
on the
think-
lips.
I
that
think
was
it
from
was
the
on
face.
the lips.
And
Yeah.
in the
It might have
close-up shot, he was like this, like his tongue was out a little bit, like he
Yeah.
slipped a little French in there.
Yeah,
There-
it was
you know,
pre-COVID. It was
they-
pre-COVID for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
So, what's your favorite movie, Mom? Older movie.
Okay, so it's really hard, and I just have to go kind of like you. Like, what's
right.
the first thing that pops off my head?
Yeah, that's usually a good one.
And I'm gonna go with The Wedding Singer.
oh, that's a good one.
You know, but see,
a good one.
there's so many different ones though, because that's just one of my all-time favorites that pops up.
Yeah.
But like if you think back to where back in the day, so obviously you've got
Like
your
Orgy of the Dead.
your-
Orgy of the Dead was a good one.
those
saw
are
that one.
those are my special you movies. These are like
Reanimator, Reanimator.
Yeah, date night with Brian movie.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
the
Orgy
kind
of the Dead.
This is the kind of shit that he'd be like, I got a good one tonight.
That was back to Blockbuster. You go to Blockbuster. You go to like
bangers,
Get
yeah.
a couple of VHS tapes. You know what I mean? Got to rewind them first. Always rewind.
Always
Be kind.
rewind.
Be kind. Rewind.
That is
Yeah.
true. The
But no,
Wedding
that's a good one.
Singer, I remember being a child. You had the VHS for Wedding Singers.
Still got it.
Still have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was always so frustrated because you obviously were like the one time you were actually good parents in that sense of movies. You wouldn't let me watch that movie.
Right.
Any other movie you would let me watch, but for some reason, Wedding Singers was like you were like, no,
Oh, no.
you're not allowed to watch it.
No.
Yeah,
You're
Wedding
thinking-
Crashers.
You're
Fuck.
thinking
I'm
exactly.
thinking
Wedding
I was
Crashers,
like, you
yeah.
could watch The Wedding
thinking
Singer.
Wedding
You're thinking Wedding
Crasher.
Crasher.
Yeah,
No,
Wedding
yes,
Crashers was
that
no
was when
good.
I was
You know
yes
what?
good because that's a whole different movie.
You're right.
A whole different.
You're right.
movie.
Wedding Singer. That was the one with Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was a
you know
good
what? Yeah, you're right. That one was good.
I know I'm right.
That one was good. They were just very similar. They came out in the same kind of time frame too.
It's about weddings, but totally different.
Yeah, a little bit different. Yeah.
Still never seen Wedding Crashers, by the way.
Really?
Yeah,
Never seen it.
Oh, it's a good one.
Just
is
because my
funny.
mom
Oh,
said
it's a
I'm
good
not
one.
allowed to, so I'm not allowed to still.
No, it's,
she never
it's
told
okay.
me
I think,
I could.
think you're old enough now to
Yeah,
watch
I
it.
think
Oh, I
you
am?
could, and you
Oh.
would probably laugh. You'd
The
get a
ban
kick
is
out of
lifted.
it.
Yeah, the
now
ban
you
is
can
lifted.
watch
Now
it.
you
Awesome.
can watch it. It's Vince
Thank
Vaughn
you, guys.
and whatever.
That other
other
guy.
The other
The
guy.
blonde guy.
Oh, yeah.
Owen
fucking
Wilson.
broken
Owen
nose.
Wilson. Owen
Yeah.
Wilson. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Well, so this is the thing that's hard with this question, though, because again, I'm sorry, we're a little bit older, and
Yes.
our life on Earth spans several decades.
Yes,
So
several
if you
is right.
think back, like it's almost like what's your favorite movie from each decade? Because like think about there were some crazy, E.T. from when we were a kid.
I've never seen it though.
Love that
Did you know?
movie.
Do you know what ET is, Mom? ET's a plant.
Extraterrestrial.
ET is a plant.
It's a plant.
ET is a plant. You
Interesting.
can Google that, and it'll pop right up.
It's also
Steven Spielberg is who directed it, and
Yes,
he
he
was
is.
once interviewed. And E.T. is a plant life.
Is E.T. a plant?
It's pretty crazy.
extraterrestrial. What are you talking about?
I know, but his descendant is a plant-like creature. It's very weird. I haven't really watched the movie in a long time,
He's a
but
botanist.
I remember that he did something. Like, couldn't
Yeah,
he?
that's
Like,
on Reddit though.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't-
He
a
had
hard
the
one. That's a
finger.
hard one. Yeah,
the
yeah.
finger,
and
but
it would light up, and then
and what could he do with it? Could he? He did.
I never
something.
watched the movie, so I don't know.
I'm asking.
Did it heal?
I've never seen
I don't
E.T.
know. I just remember the red light on. I mean, God, I just said I'm old. Like, it was a long time ago, and I haven't seen this thing since I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was a kid, I loved it.
That's all I heard that though. In like an interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson, he was talking about extraterrestrials, and he said that ET was a plant. He asked Steven Spielberg one day.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, if he said it, I believe it. He
So,
said
I know what yours is going to be.
Jaws.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, Jaws. I think that was a
Absolutely.
70s
It's always,
movie, though.
yes,
I think
it's
that was
always
the 70s.
been your favorite.
I
a long
love
time.
Jaws. It's still. I watched it the other night. It still holds up.
Yeah, it is a good one.
I mean, it was probably the best and worst thing to happen to shark conservation, though.
Yeah,
And what I mean by that is that it made more people fear them than anything else.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
But it also made the exposure to sharks bigger than everyone else. And a lot. I think that if I'm not mistaken, I talked to Andy. Of course, Andy Brandy Cascarandi.
Yeah, you can.
He actually told me he got into sharks because of Jaws.
I can see that.
Sure.
So just like I'm sure a lot of people
Yeah.
were terrified to go in the water because of sharks, because of Jaws, there were some people that then their whole life was, and that's how I am. I love sharks because of Jaws.
I
know?
get scared at the beach because of Blood Beach.
Oh, Blood Beach was a good one, man.
and what happened in Blood Beach?
Oh,
There were
well, there
these-
was one scene where a guy was laying down doing a little sunbathing. You know what I mean?
Naked?
And, no, not naked, but
Okay.
it bit his wee wee off.
Oh,
Tinky Winky?
There were these creatures in the sand, and
Yeah, it
they
was
would
like
just
Tremors.
and they would just
no.
like suck you into the sand and
he
eat
sucks
you.
his pee-pee into the sand.
Not sorry, it bit it right off. There's just a blood pool, a pool of blood
Damn.
where his wee wee was.
I remember talking about movies. Talking about movies creating fears and such. I wasn't scared of spiders before arachnophobia.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a tough
Before
one. yeah.
arachnophobia.
It was a good but horrible movie, Arachnophobia.
Do you know they used huntsman spiders in that movie? And huntsman spiders are known to being the worst for arachnophobia. Like the
Of
way they
course.
move, the way they.
I'm
are.
thinking about it. I'm getting those like fucking
Dude,
flashbacks.
well, you don't
Vietnam
even know
flashbacks.
because when we were in Australia, that's what they had.
Yeah, that's what
And
they had. Yeah,
they
all
were
over the place.
everywhere. Like
Yeah,
you
you can
just
see these
walk
guys. Look at-
and there's
look at
webs
them.
and they're everywhere.
That's it. That's
Can
it.
we get
It
that
was-
one that's 2 to the right?
It was
Look how
terrifying.
chunky that bitch
That's
is.
fake.
No, it's not.
I never saw one that big.
Look
there.
how chunky that hoe is.
I don't think they get that.
You know
chunky.
what?
They
She's
always
She's
have
Texas thick.
That was the one like arachnophobia. It crossbred. Tarantula.
So basically, I'm carrying a pellet
Oh,
gun.
that's a nightmare. Right
Yeah,
there,
that makes
man.
you sick.
What
huh?
in the fuck? Why can they breathe so much?
They're everywhere, aren't they, Brian?
They are
worst.
everywhere.
Oh my
I mean,
God,
I
like-
remember staying in a basement.
That bitch got one on her face.
I remember staying in a
so
basement
scary.
in Ipswich, Queensland.
No.
And they were, I mean, I'd wake up and they'd be dead ones in the bed.
Shut up.
Like I had rolled over on them and stuff like that. Yeah, they were all over.
Not going to Australia.
Fuck, dude.
I remember going in the shower and like there was one in the shower. You know, like
I'm having
you
an
know,
orgasm.
Is this?
That was a.
I don't think that's what that
You're
is.
excited.
I don't know. It was like I was in so much fear that I came. I don't know what
Wow.
that is
Wow.
scientifically,
I don't know,
but we just
leave
we
it alone.
found something.
Just leave it alone.
We found something
weird
new.
kink.
Wow, that's a
Was
weird
that a
one.
rural area?
It was a pretty rural area.
Because
yeah.
I can say like when we were at like the zoo and outside and stuff, but like none of the places we stayed, we saw
No, when
them
we
and
stayed,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, although we
it's not
remember
like
when
all
we
of
stayed, and remember,
Australia is like
but we
that.
did stay in Gosford. That was pretty rural. We didn't see any there either.
Yeah.
That was at John's place, and that was right next to a
It
subtropical
was just
rainforest.
like we saw it like at the zoo.
Yeah, they're at the
and
zoos
outside. And I was
yeah,
just like,
and well, when I went out, you didn't come out frogging with me, did you? No, you didn't. when I went out,
frogging with me, Lori.
so I went out.
what do you think?
Yeah, I should have known the answer to that question. So when I went out with when I went out with John Weigel, the owner of the Australian Reptile Zoo, we went frogging with there was this little patch of area where I guess this frog is the only patch of area this particular species of frog is found in all of Australia, and they oftentimes they were in the bromeliads, right, in the cone, flower, and so you would do is you'd go and you'd flash it. I'd say 9 out of 10 in
spider popped out.
There'd be a huntsman in the bromeliad, and this was at night. You just had what they call torches, which is flashlights,
probably
of course.
because the frogs would go in there and eat them, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
too.
I don't know, but it was disgusting. It was. I mean, I've had some bad spider stories in Australia.
I was
bad
shocked
ones.
though. This was the first time too, before you even did tarantulas or anything, and he really manned up.
I held a huntsman.
We saw all this shit. Like I'm.
And I had
out.
never touched a spider in my life.
And he was just like, okay, and they're like, okay, we're gonna do this. He's like, all right, and he's standing there. You know me. I'm crying because I'm laughing so hard because he was just like still and terrified as this thing. They put it on him, dude, and then they put it on him. He's like, okay. Fucker ran
it ran right up my arm.
I was crying. I'm outside, like he's in a sealed room, and I'm looking at the
I'm talking
window.
fast, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
talking
just like, oh, and it stops here.
Yeah, I mean, like it was going for my jugular. I'm sure of it. Yeah.
So does it? Obviously, most spiders, I think all of them have venom, right?
Yeah, but
what kind of venom yields are we
I don't
think
they bite often. I think they're
And
rare. They can bite.
And
that's why
they were saying, unless
things.
you're like like if they feel like attacked or something like
But
that.
the reason they had them there was to milk the venom, to make antivenin for the huntsmen. But I don't think it's common for them to bite. But I've had like I said, remember when we went to Manly Beach in outside of in Sydney, and remember when we hiked up that thing and there was those huge banana spiders in the oh, those are the worst. I actually don't like banana spiders worse than huntsman's. I'd rather hold us. Can you punch up like Australian banana spiders?
Because they're like aren't they too similar to a daddy? Because you don't like daddy
no,
long
they're
legs
not.
either.
No, they're like big. They got
that.
big like crab like legs. Like they.
These ones don't bother me.
Yeah,
those
they have
don't
them
bother you.
Can I tell you
they
why?
have them in Florida.
Yep, all over Florida. These ones specifically.
Those ones don't bother me because
those are number one.
They're more slender.
We got to get a
couple. They're beautiful. I look at those and I go, you know what? I can see beauty in that.
No, I see the movie Alien, and it's going to go down my throat.
I can see that.
And I don't mind that.
I don't mind.
Now, but if you go down a little bit, there's actually a funnel web, right? One more down. That
Right
looks
here?
like that might be a funnel web, possibly.
That?
Yeah, that's a funnel web spider.
Now, what will that do to you?
That'll fuck you up.
Like kill you?
I mean, if you don't get the antivenin, you could die. Yeah.
Why did God
You
or
need the venin.
the nature,
antivenin.
Mother Nature, create these killer beasts?
Because it's nature.
Survive,
It's actually
baby.
beautiful,
Honestly,
man.
It just
I mean,
sucks.
if I was Mother Nature, God, I'd do it too, just for kicks. Like,
Do you want to hit a couple
You know
supers
what'd be
before
cool?
we get? Go ahead.
You know what'd be cool is that they say that I think where did all the Nazis go? Colombia?
No,
South
Argentina?
America?
Argentina.
Wouldn't it be cool if all right, let's say Hitler escaped, right? And he's in Argentina.
He might have.
And then he just gets fucked up by one of those venomous spiders.
it's just like karma, right?
Yeah, it was just like a karma.
Yeah,
but a
well, let's
spider
hope that
took
would
him
have
away.
happened. I don't know.
Future Reptarium employee says, "What's up, BARCZYK fam? Happy
baby.
Wednesday." Brian, I've been slacking on being on time for the vlog, but I'm still watching and liking. Noah, how's the stand-up going? And
Good,
Lori, use this on the wine fund.
Thank you.
Stand-up's going good, man. Still doing it. Every few times a week I'll do it, and some days I do really good. Some days I do not so good.
Okay.
You're honing the craft. That's what you're doing.
But I'm just happy because
You can do it.
I can. I can physically do it. Yeah,
Right.
that makes me happy. But also, what makes me super happy is that I do actually like crush it some nights.
Yeah.
So that's fucking really good to me because what it means to me is that if I can crush it in a room full of 20 people or less, then I can crush it in a room full of thousands of people.
Well, I think what happens though too is number one, I think you're going about it the right way as opposed to just your approach to it is right.
trying to
but
be
I think that in actuality, it's interesting because in actuality it's harder to crush it in a room of 20 people as opposed to 1,000.
Well, yeah, you
because
got
1,000
less.
people are there to get entertained, so they're ready. They're primed to laugh. And so even if you're not that funny, they're going to laugh because
laughter
they
of everyone
want to
else,
laugh.
too.
Or
When you go
you've
to
got
20
that
people
in
that
your-
don't, yeah.
You got the numbers in your in your favor to where there's a majority of those that are going to laugh. Where
Yeah, they're
20,
ready.
You got,
Yeah, probably 18. Well, probably 10 of them are other comics, and 10 of them are drunks that just want to have a beer, and they don't give a shit about what you're saying.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why when you do like the comedy club and stuff like that, it's much better.
It's much better. I called tonight. Hopefully, I'll get a call back later.
Yeah,
if I get a call back, then I'm in another club.
Yeah,
if I don't, then I have to drown my sorrows in bars again.
Yeah, well, it won't be long. I do like. Can I mention?
You can tell me whatever.
I do think it's an interesting idea. Down the road for you, like opening up a club. I think that's an interesting idea.
Oh yeah, I had that.
But I might, that's something for a question I might ask you in a few minutes. So let's not go any further into it. Yeah,
sure.
Clistia says hello, Brian, Noah, Lori, and Jay. Great to see you guys.
Wish up,
well,
baby.
thank you, Clistia. I hope your dentures are coming.
Yeah.
I don't, but
I'm trying to throw 20.
You can always take them out.
That is true. Man.
Versatile.
They got that. What's it? Dentardine.
With that mouth, dude.
The gum. I'll buy her
With
two.
that mouth, dude.
With that gum, dude, baby.
Rare Dog says, do you know if Beth got the package I sent? If so, did she share? Hopefully the group package for the Reptarian will...
I'm going to say if she got it, she's not sharing.
Yeah,
because
we have not seen anything.
I'm going to ask her about that tomorrow.
She'll be, oh, you mean all these Hershey Kisses I got? Oh, great.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thanks, Beth. I appreciate you. No, we haven't. Although have we been to the P.O. Box lately, though? I don't know if she sent it to the P.O. Box because it seems like it's been a minute since we've been to the P.O. Box.
I haven't.
We should go.
Could be a
Maybe
flood.
there's another mukbang we could do in there.
Yeah. Send us
I was
some
thinking about
goodies.
going to. Let us know in the comments what you think. I was thinking about going to. There's one of those Chinese markets right by one of our favorite Mexican restaurants.
Yeah, we were there yesterday.
We literally were there yesterday.
Yeah, and I was thinking that maybe we should go up in there and buy some China snacks.
Oh yeah, there's some
Do a
good stuff.
little
There's the Mexican
mukbanger.
ones too that are really good.
That is true. I
too.
don't think we've done one of those either.
Yeah, because that store had all kinds of good stuff.
I'm
in it.
sorry, but a lot of the Asian stuff is like
It's gross,
very it's very like it's very fish
Yeah,
and
fishy.
seafood
There's-
oriented, and I'm just not a fan.
Yeah.
Like,
Fried fish eyes.
That's
in,
probably
in
not bad.
wasabi.
Those aren't bad.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it's like the
wasabi.
best candy treat for the kids, and I'm just like, well,
Oh, remember when I brought back the Pepsi corn?
Yeah.
yeah,
It
that
was-
was terrible.
Jay,
Wait,
literally,
no,
it was
no,
like
corn
nobody.
Pepsi.
It
Corn
was
Pepsi.
corn Pepsi.
flavored
corn
Pepsi.
flavored
Corn-
Nobody
corn
drinks
flavored
that
Pepsi.
fucking shit.
Oh my
they
gosh,
make
that
it
was-
for the
I
people
remember-
like you.
Novelty.
I
Yeah,
remember when I was
Not
on,
true. They
I was
slip
in
it down
Yoka.
like
I was
gold.
I was in Yokohama and they had a breakfast buffet. It was. I
And
mean, if you
people
want to
were
call it.
drinking that
No,
shit.
no. What I'm saying is,
No, of course
no.
not.
What I'm saying is that I walk out and I mean, breakfast buffet might be a
Loose term.
Loose term.
Okay.
It was like a table with some stuff on it, and I literally couldn't identify anything.
Well,
Not
I
one
know,
thing.
I was
Yeah,
in China with
course.
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We
It's the
had,
same type of thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
we had
Of
some
course.
very you think breakfast
Really?
buffet.
Yeah, remember when we were in
Questionable.
Remember we were in King
It's like-
Dao?
Is this? I
King
think this is
Dao.
a hard-boiled egg. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'll
we were,
just have a
so
few of
Lori,
these.
your mom and I were in a place called King Dao, China, and
And I'll do it wrong.
literally, like Lori couldn't get a cup of coffee
Could have
because like the
What do they
people-
drink?
I didn't.
I don't know.
Tea.
Yeah, tea. They do drink tea.
That's
yeah.
not as heavy though. It doesn't get the engine rolling if
No,
you need the
it
black.
But
doesn't.
Lori was
at
trying
all.
to ask for
And I'm just
coffee.
like coffee, and no,
You're like,
I got
no.
everything but.
They finally brought her a glass of warm milk.
Close.
That
You're
was,
getting
that was
there.
the closest
This will
they got.
literally make you go to sleep.
Yeah, that was the closest we got. Yeah,
That's crazy.
But that breakfast was, and remember at that breakfast buffet, they like
Okay.
brought out the only thing that was like edible really
Okay.
was these
Well,
like not even good
to us.
tasting
To you, white
bread,
guys.
but there wasn't even good tasting bread, but there was like none available. And like as soon as they brought them out, like everyone charged the table, and I like got one little piece, and it was all gone. It was a bread.
It's the only thing you know what it is, right?
Yeah, and other than that, there was
Wait,
nothing
was
else
it
to eat.
other whiteys going for
No.
it? Or was it?
No, we were the
believe
only
me,
white
it's
people.
China.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at us. Like,
Cool.
who are those people?
Yeah, you got to
Like,
remember,
what
you
are
can't
they?
travel to China without a
That's
visa,
true.
and you've got to be like
It was
invited.
a very,
Yeah.
it was a very weird feeling to be like that, like
Oh, yeah.
outstanding, like to
Well,
where
that's-
like everybody's looking like what?
Oh yeah, that's some of these open mics that I do in Detroit. That's how I get the look. They're like, "Who did white boy? You're the only white boy in 10 fucking miles." Like, yeah, that's right.
We went to the Forbidden City, and there were tens of thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of people, and I think we were the only white people. in the entire place. Yeah,
that's cool.
It was really cool. It was interesting.
It was
seeing Tenman Square and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it was really
quite
interesting.
the
It's good.
experience all around.
And
I'd like to go back.
I do feel bad because I'm way better than I was as a kid. I was super picky, and I would eat hardly
food,
anything.
okay.
Yes, and I do try things, but still, I just have my limits. And we had our one friend, like Potter was with us, Brian Potter, and he'll eat anything. So like they're just like. It or not, they're just like, yep, try it. And I'm just like,
that's the way you got to be.
I actually did. I'd be
like,
honest with you, I enjoyed the food in China. I thought it was actually pretty good. It's
we had a lot of good. They made sure to make sure that we had Pekin duck a lot because that's
lots of chicken, lots of duck.
It's really good and it's easy and it's.
But everything,
it's duck,
the thing that I mean, boy, talk about COVID central in the sense that it's just
you don't have a plate.
No, you just pick it off the thing and you just spin around a lazy
shared.
Susan.
So you don't order.
Don't you sit on the ground too?
We learned
not in China,
not in
Japan.
We learned that. So you order, but you don't order. You just order and everything's there, and it's just like so. Then you're just like and I'm like I ordered what I wanted to eat, and then it's like like everybody's going around. I'm like, damn it, everybody's eating.
Somebody
I don't want your nasty shit. Like you know what I mean?
I remember you used to travel a lot when I was a kid. I remember you were in Japan one time. And I remember getting calls, Mom. We were sitting there and I was like eavesdropping in on a call and you were just bitching about how you were so hungry.
Because he kept ordering eel. And he kept ordering eel.
No, what
and
happened?
you didn't like
so
eel.
let me tell the quick story. Okay. So I was there at a show in a place called Shizuku and it was a reptile show, which was a really cool reptile show. And literally Dice K, which was my, the guy from Japan that I was with, I said, I'll eat anything, but I don't like eel. And so literally he takes us to a place that only serves eel. That's all they serve is eel. That's it. Nothing but eel. There was eel infused, eel kidney infused soup.
Jesus.
And then there was eel rice. And then barbecued eel. There was no menu. That was what you got every meal.
Now, did you at least nibble, or did you refuse the nib?
I did the rice. I did the rice. That was all I could do.
Is it because you've tried eel and you don't like it?
Yeah, I've tried eel a few times. I hate it. I just don't like it.
I've never tried it at all.
Unagi,
what is the kind of feeling you're tasting?
It's I don't know. It's chicken-esque in a way, but kind of with the fishy thing. I'm sure a lot of people love it. I mean, you get it a lot.
I'm talking about you, baby.
No, I just don't like eel. I've tried it a number of times.
The nastiness of the taste.
I just don't like
texture.
The texture is almost chicken-like.
Chicken-like,
so it's not that bad.
okay.
When it's barbecued, but I don't like the taste. Again, it's just my personal preference. I don't like it. But so I didn't eat that night at all. Period.
I remember that.
So if you can go into traveling and trying things, like I think you would do well because you've always been that kid, even when you were little. Because I was always like, try it once at least. And you would try everything. If you didn't like it, fine. But you liked a lot of stuff. And I think that's how it is. You almost have to close your eyes. And I don't.
Definitely.
Okay. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know. Let me try it. Judge it that way because a lot of times it's like, my God, look at that. It's looking at me. Or you know what I mean? That kind of shit.
I think it's the first time you go to Asia is the most difficult time because it's so radically different. And
they got
different.
But then once you go after that, I
anything,
like it. I actually enjoyed it. Like all the rest of the trips I've been to Asia, I've always enjoyed the food after that. I still won't eat eel, but I mean, I'll eat almost anything else. When I went to Indonesia, when I was in Indonesia, a senator from Indonesia took us out to dinner. And I had
eel?
I had fish eyes. I had
those are good.
cow spleen. I had cow lung. I had cow brain.
That's mostly good too.
And I tried everything, and it was the thing I hated the worst was the what's the fruit? Not dragon fruit, but
the stinky fruit.
Durian.
Durian.
Oh yeah.
Durian. I couldn't eat.
Well, that was terrible. We had it ourselves. It was
durian
like,
is horrible.
I can't get past the smell.
The smell, what they call it, the dead flesh fruit is what
Honestly,
they call it.
Who wants to eat?
The texture's really nice. I don't mind it. It's very gummy.
Oh, that's right. We ate it with the Dolan twins.
Yeah. It's gummy. It's not a bad texture, but you really have to get over that smell of just corpse.
Well, yeah, and it's like
whoever was like, yeah,
Can't wait to eat it.
The same guy that sucked on a cow tit for the first
you're
time.
right.
but they love
at
it.
least that didn't
oh,
smell like death.
In Indonesia, they love it. They do durian smoothies and they just
Yeah.
suck that
Durian
stuff down
toothpaste.
Ooh.
They brush their
Yeah.
teeth
Ugh.
with it.
But in most hotels, and it literally, when you go into a hotel in Indonesia, a lot of them have signs that say no durian allowed
because
they'll stink the whole place
Smart.
up, and so they don't allow them
It's
in.
kind of like
They're
beef
smart.
jerky on a plane. You just
Yeah,
don't
I
do
do
it.
that all
Dad
the time.
rips
guys.
open a fresh bag.
Smells like a big fart.
I know, it's just so bad.
Get you some jerky.
It's so bad. I
Now it doesn't
actually
matter. You're all
like
messed
it.
up. Yeah, yeah.
I like
No,
jerky.
you still.
And it smells like
Yeah.
the van trips are the worst. When
Yeah.
we would travel in a van
Yeah.
and rip open a nasty
Yeah.
bag.
Or you just rip a fart.
weird.
Like nobody knows.
No one can tell. Usually when I'm gassy, I'll eat jerky.
Yeah, he's like, we gotta stop real quick. I gotta go to Wawa.
We gotta get some jerky. We gotta get some jerky real quick.
Do you guys fart on planes too?
It's
I
funny.
can't help it.
It's funny that I read something about this where from a flight attendant that said that's like a little known, like a secret within the flight attendant community, that they know that the pressure of the plane causes you to fart.
Oh, so
course.
much.
Yeah.
I fart so much. It's just like
I didn't know this. This is crazy.
You don't fart on planes?
I mean, I do, but I didn't know it was
punch it up
because
right now. Punch it up. Fart on plane.
Oh, I believe it. 100%. It makes sense.
Like it's because of the pressure. Yeah,
Because I'll go into a flight fartless, and then I'm up in the
Fartless.
sky, and I'm
Yeah, if you've ever
ripping
flown on a
cheeks.
plane, you'll probably be familiar with the unfortunate common sound effect of air travel. As it turns out, there's a scientific reason people often fart more while traveling on planes and climbing high into mountains. And it's got a name.
Every time I summit, I
Wait,
fart.
listen to this. It's called high altitude flatus expulsion. Hey,
Hey,
Hey, I'm just
Hafe
having a
my
little
life.
hafe right now.
that is awesome.
But
I got to remember that.
hafe. I'll remember. We're good. We got a
High altitude. What was it again?
high altitude flartal explosions.
Oh my god, that is awesome.
I don't know,
Let's
something
hit,
like
let's
that.
hit a
But
couple of these super. Go ahead.
I will say though, the last thing, and then we can move on to the super chats because we got a bunch of them. I will say that my farts on planes, they don't stink though.
Oh my god, I have been in planes where someone literally might as well have shit in the seat.
Well, the reality is they might have.
They probably
It's not impossible.
They probably
Yeah,
did.
no, I mean, I sometimes, me and you have both been like, ugh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Grandpa in front of us, I don't know who it was,
Grandpa.
but I don't know
Someone's
who it
eating
was.
durian
Shit,
fruit.
yeah,
out
liver.
there.
Someone's eating some, yeah.
Berm Donor says, happy hump
up,
day,
Barrett?
BARCZYK family. Tomorrow is my Friday, heading to the mountains of Potter, Colorado.
nice.
Or is it Potter PA? Sorry.
Potter
PA.
PA.
Hope y'all are having a great weekend.
Great.
We
Well,
are.
have fun, man. It sounds. I love the mountains, man. Have a great time out there.
Oh, and he also said The Burbs is my
that
favorite
was a
old
good
classic
one.
movie.
Oh, that is a great
I don't think I've
movie.
seen
You've never
it.
seen The Burbs?
Yeah.
We should watch
Write
The
it
Burbs.
down.
What's it
it's
about?
good.
That's a good. we
The
can't-
suburbs.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
it's a good one.
But it's-
Trust me.
All right.
It's a good one.
Who,
Seriously.
any actors I would know?
Yeah, you know who's in it is who's the kid that with Michael Jackson,
Michael
guy,
Jackson.
You know, oh my gosh, darn it, what's his name? He was in I think he was in The Sandbox as well.
That won't Google well.
No, yeah.
The kids with.
Michael Jackson.
I was just gonna look up The Burbs.
That was not gonna
Yeah.
be
Yeah. How about you just see who's in the burbs?
tough Google.
Yeah, he's that famous
All
kid
of the
that.
kids.
Yeah, they're just like
Yeah, Corey Feldman. I was talking about
Corey
Corey
Feldman,
Feldman.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Corey Feldman, Tom Hanks, Carrie Fisher.
okay, Tom Hanks, Carrie Fisher. Yeah,
It's a good one. It's a
good
great
lineup.
one. It's a good one, man.
Yeah.
That was a nice call. Nice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Boss Hams asks, did you guys see Seaspiracy on Netflix? I haven't seen it yet.
No, I haven't, but I definitely
No.
I want to check it out for sure.
Said mind
Yes.
blown.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'll check it
Yeah,
out.
I have to check that out.
Let Roses Burn is back and says, old is relative term, but an old movie I could watch forever is Hatari with John Wayne.
Wow. You know what?
Wow.
I haven't really. I was never an old Western guy.
Really?
Yeah, I was never really an old Western guy.
I love
I
them.
mean,
Beautifully shot, but yeah, I
Me
agree.
either.
I'm not
I think
either.
I think you had to grow up with someone
love
who
them.
was like.
Yeah, even see that was
and
another thing.
I didn't have anybody in my family that watched them.
And I think
so
that might
Okay.
be the reason why I like scary movies is because my stepdad actually we used to watch those creature feature old like 50s and 60s black and white horror films on
Yeah.
Saturdays. There was always like a double feature, and almost every Saturday we would watch 2 scary movies. And I think, but he wasn't a Western guy either.
And you know why I think I like westerns?
Why is that?
So if there was a period of time where my grandma lived with us,
Yes.
okay, and she
Oh,
would always
yeah.
have TV
Oh
Land
my
on.
God, she had
And
on.
there was this cowboy show on
Oh,
TV
what-
Land
wait,
that
what
I
was the
fucking
old-
loved.
Oh,
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah,
Let's Google it.
What's the name of the old
TV Land cowboy show. It'll pop right up. I'm not worried about it.
I'm trying to think of it.
I can't believe that I can't remember the name of this.
I forgot it too, but I remember I fucking loved it.
Was it Bonanza?
Yes,
Bonanza.
It was. Thank you.
That's
it was
what it
one
was.
name.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's one word. What
Yep.
is it?
Yeah, Bonanza.
Yes,
And we would watch that. And
it
I
was
loved
that Andy Griffith.
I loved all of them. MASH, Andy Griffith show.
I did love MASH, but that wasn't a cowboy movie. That was
No. I'm just saying TV Land now. But
But it makes sense because if you were sitting there watching Bonanza with her, it's all cowboy.
I love that show. I might go home tonight and watch it.
I didn't mind
That's
Bonanza,
funny.
but I wasn't a cowboy guy.
I loved
but,
it
but
so much.
Yeah, so the Duke, isn't that what they called John Wayne, the Duke?
Nope.
I didn't watch I don't know that I've ever seen a John Wayne movie, weirdly enough.
I maybe have seen one or two, but that's it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Solus Honky says, "Hi everyone, love from Oregon."
What's up, baby?
Origin.
Hello.
Nice to see you, brother.
Are
It's
the
good to see a honky.
are the Antifa still in there,
Most
or is that
likely.
Seattle? That was
Oh,
Seattle.
I don't know.
All over.
Antifa,
Is
they're all over,
Antifa
yeah.
still got that city taken over?
No,
No, they got kicked out.
No, I think they're done.
That,
yeah,
yeah,
got
it's
kicked out.
been done.
I
for a
don't
bit.
know. It
You
seemed
never
like
know.
it was going to last forever.
COVID got them out.
Yeah, got him.
COVID got 'em.
Yeah, they were wiped out.
They
kept getting
Imagine,
shamed.
That's just a government plea to just get the Antifa out. They infected the entire world.
I will say that I saw a clever thing today from Brian Cusco on his Insta story.
Okay.
And I read it and I was totally fooled.
Now let's hear
and
it.
And it said, I am 100% in support of forced vacations.
Yeah.
If it becomes mandatory, I think they should make you. But you read it as forced vaccines.
Like vaccinations.
Because,
yeah,
vaccinations instead of vacations. So
I read it
was-
3 times.
Yeah,
and couldn't figure it
I
out.
was like, wow. I was surprised. I was like, wow, he's in favor of forced vaccines. You know? And then, of course, the next story, he's like, if you didn't cognitively, read that, you might want to go back. He goes, I'm all about forced vacations.
So you read it as forced vaccines,
vaccines.
but it
Yeah.
said forced vaccines.
Yeah,
And now
and it's so
people-
funny because
Oh, yeah.
it literally, like, I read it
Yeah.
and I completely didn't see the
And now
vacations.
people get a little peek into my everyday life reading.
Oh yeah, it's dyslexia. I already have that problem.
Dude,
Well,
it
I do
fucking
that
sucks.
stuff too, and it's not even so much. I mean, no, I don't have dyslexia, but I read fast, and so part of that is like if you take a class to
Yeah.
teach you how to do like speed reading and stuff.
Yeah, you
It's that
skip.
kind. Yeah, it's
You
that
skip
kind
some
of
stuff.
thing to where you teach yourself to just like see and then comprehend
Fill in the
without
blanks,
actually
yeah.
reading it.
Yeah.
And I do that stuff all the time. Like I'll
I
just
remember
see
that.
it and like I'll
guys-
be reading something else and I'll have to go back like.
You guys are probably way too young, Jay and Noah. But remember back in the day when they would be like they had these speed reading courses and the guys would just be like,
Yes.
You know,
It would
yeah,
just
it's
go
a-
like this.
did you ever see it?
Oh, I think I saw what I think I'm thinking about something different. But what I saw was a guy. Forgot the term of what it's called, but it's actually a condition that you can be born with. I
Oh,
believe.
okay. No, this
Where they
is
can
like, yeah.
they can go like they can flip through the whole book.
Oh yeah,
and they can
would just do it
read the
really
whole.
fast.
They can memorize the whole
crazy.
book. That's what I was
dope.
thinking.
It's an
about.
eidetic
I could
memory.
never
it's
do
called.
that.
It's
I don't know if
crazy.
your school had this, but I went
No.
to a bunch of different.
Probably
crazy-
not.
What was it?
crazy private schools?
I didn't have reading at all.
Yeah, well, I
Haven't
did.
read in years.
So we used to have these little things, and then you'd have like a story, and then you'd put it in the reader, and then it would go, and then you would dial like how fast it would do, and then
wow.
so it would go to whatever
No, I didn't
speed,
have nothing
and
like
then
that.
you would read it and see how fast you could read, and then you'd take a little quiz to see what your
Comprehension,
comprehension
yeah,
was,
comprehension was,
and like that was my thing. It's like, okay, how
No.
fast can we
Impressive.
do this? And I was actually pretty damn good at it. Like that
No,
was,
no,
Yeah, I
our school,
believe it.
our school didn't have that.
I know,
shit.
because she's fucking crazy. She reads so fast.
Yeah,
like
I don't-
nobody
yeah.
that's watching this knows because my mom doesn't read on air for you to see. So only literally my dad and a few other people in the world know. But you'll be sitting next to her and she'll just be like, flip, flip,
Yeah.
flip, and it's just like instantaneous flips. It's like
Yeah.
for me, it takes at least 10 minutes to read a few pages.
Yeah, I have to read it like 5 times.
No,
before
that's
I
the thing.
go
Like when
through.
I'm into it, that's kind of what I do. I get in that zone to where it's just like scanning,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, like
Yeah, I
It's like
know.
I'm watching a movie, and I'm like, okay,
crazy.
what's next? What's next?
It's true.
Movie
I've
in
only
your head.
gotten into that flow state reading a few times, but it's definitely a flow state.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
It's good and it's bad because then your
Tiff-
books get done too fast.
Yeah.
Tiffany says, "Hey everyone, making cupcakes, but I'm still here."
What's
Tiffany's,
up, Tiffany?
I want
I believe her
cupcakes.
son's birthday's tomorrow.
Son's
Yes.
birthday's tomorrow. Yep, and he'll never have a good cupcake.
Because she's going to eat them all tonight?
No,
She doesn't
because
know how to
he
cook?
has a bunch of allergies.
All of them.
Allergic
Almost
to
all of
eggs,
them.
Worse than
milk.
Chevelle?
Worse than Chevelle.
Oh, wow.
You
that's
can't even.
terrible.
So what kind of cupcakes are you making?
Nasty ass
Like,
one.
yeah, can't have flour. Can't have flour. Can't have eggs.
No peanuts.
It's not a
no
cupcake.
dairy.
It's like those protein cupcakes gone wrong.
Yeah, it's like it's soy cupcake.
Yeah,
soy
Just
based
like wax
cupcake.
candle that looks like a cupcake.
Wax.
Yeah.
Like the
Sorry,
Coca-Cola candies just formed into a cupcake.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Actually, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jordan says, "Hi, Brian. Thank you so much for the beautiful ball python that I picked up from you today.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was amazing meeting you. And a special thank you to Beth in the office for BHB for being so nice."
Thanks, Jordan. It was great meeting you too. Yeah, that you came in earlier today,
that's
so
awesome.
it was awesome.
Damn.
So it was great meeting you. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Jordan.
you beyond
I
belief.
think
We had
I
a
met
good.
you too, but hi.
Yeah, you kind of. We had a nice. We had a nice chat. It was nice. Real.
I met him.
I'm just
real cool
kidding.
guy.
I met him behind the building for a
little tug to job.
little tug.
Car wash?
$20. $20. He offered me $20. So I was like, shit.
Can't
And
turn
you
down
got
a
all your
20,
teeth, so
Can't
you're
turn
good.
down a
dude.
20, banger.
Can't turn down a 20. Just for anyone that picks up a snake. You guys know there's a little.
Go to the
extra,
back.
Go in the back.
Go to the
We
back.
got a dumpster. We got a couple recliners. Fucking pick your lace, boy.
Serenity Serpents
There are no
goes
recliners.
#that's value, #allegedly, and #reticarium.
Ooh,
Reticarium.
man, those are good hashtags.
Those
I
are
like
good
them
ones.
all.
She's
Now
a
we
good
just need
follower.
reptile army.
Yeah,
Hashtag
dude.
Reptile army.
That is true.
Whitnier says, "Thank you, Brian, for being so open about your problems."
Well, no, yeah, I have more than you know. I've been open, but I ain't that open.
You
gotta hear about a
no
GI.
idea.
You have no idea.
Got a PhD in problems.
Yeah, I got a PhD in problems. No,
funny. I like that.
It's been it's been an interesting year, but I'm getting better. Obviously right now just kind of recovering from my second vaccine. Been feeling really a lot better with anxiety. What's that?
I was gonna make a bad joke. Do you want me to still do it?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you get your autism yet?
No, that takes a while.
That takes a while.
3 to 5 days.
We won't know that for a few years.
Yeah, but all in all, not a lot of side effects, but feeling a little foggy, a little out of it. Even after 3 days. So hopefully by tomorrow I'll be good.
Yeah, we'll get you some ashwagandha.
But I will say, I it was not that bad.
no,
I was super happy
Yeah,
with
me
your
too.
lack of side effects.
Yeah, because
Same.
me, I usually
know.
get everything that everyone
I thought
gets.
you
So
were
I
gonna,
thought I was going to be buried.
yeah.
I thought there was a good chance.
I thought it was going to be a miserable few days of you
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
miserable, and
Yeah.
it wasn't. So
No,
that's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Just like a couple things.
So there
that
you
was
go,
good.
people. Let you know this is
Not everybody.
a not bad experience.
And
So-
from
and from me,
and from the guy who
there was,
usually
yeah,
gets bad
yeah.
experiences. So
Yeah, not to mention I had other things that could have caused it to be very
Yeah.
bad. So I got very lucky.
interesting.
That.
That's a good teaser.
I'm
Stay
not going to
tuned.
tell you why, but yeah,
He's
there,
old.
There was a chance I could have gotten really sick, but I
It's his
didn't,
age.
thankfully.
Chad Strickland says, "What's up, fam? Brian, the herping down here is heating up, so I'll get
Oh,
with y'all
man,
soon. Noah,
please.
keep it weird, boy, because these
Yeah.
haters ain't shit on a
Nah.
dog fennel. I don't know what that means, but much love, Jay and Lori.
It's true, man. I believe it.
I believe it.
Yeah, we
Shit.
got to start. Herping's got to happen. It's not quite
Herping's gotta
happening.
happen.
I bet you yesterday would have been a great day. 'cause it was
Hashtag
80.
herping's gotta happen.
Herping's got to happen.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God,
another
that's
one
a good
right
one.
next to that's
It's a
value.
good RA shirt.
Herpinggottahappen.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's value right there.
Value.
E-cover says, from my childhood, Alamo and
Wow,
Hatari
there's
with John
another-
Wayne.
There's another Hatari.
Damn.
There. Gosh, I
I
didn't know.
feel like we
two
got to put
Ataris.
that on the list now.
Yeah, let's write that
Hatari.
down.
Write it
Hatari.
down.
Write it down.
I
because
could be saying that totally wrong, too. It could be
well,
like Hattery or something. but-
I see Atari as well.
yeah, me
so.
too. Yeah.
I was thinking like Atari, like I was going to play some video games.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
John says, "Hey Brian, I have a red and black Tegu, 2-month-old. I would trade if you wanted to. I know you was just talking about it today."
Okay, so I got something special for you. I got this Ticonderoga HB2. I'll be willing to trade this.
what? A Ticonderoga?
So I'm trying to
Ticonderoga.
think of. He's got
I'm guessing a red Tegu,
and
maybe?
black Tegu. So I don't know what that means.
Does he have a
'Cause
red
there's
one and a
red
black and
ones,
white, maybe?
And there's a black. So if you got
Maybe
two,
this
or
is a
you got one,
crossbreed.
I do want a red one, and I want a tame red one. So if you have a tame red one, reach out.
Reach
There
out,
you go.
baby.
What is the baby we have?
That's
a blue.
That's a black and white.
Oh.
to black and white.
How many different tegus are there?
There's really just, I mean, from Argentine standpoint, but without the mutations, because there's a ton of mutations. There's really just black and white, blues, and reds. And then when you get into the golds, those are Colombians, and there's black and white Colombians. But then now there's
I had no
the
idea
combinations.
There were so many tegus.
Yeah, but then we get into combinations. Now there's like a gazillion different colors. But I just really want a nice red tegu. Just a really beautiful red tegu.
Are they red?
Yeah, they're red.
Okay.
They're beautiful.
So what kind of red are we working with?
Yeah,
sometimes
I mean,
they
some
say
really
that,
beautiful
and
ones
it's
are
not.
really
Wow,
that's like a blood red.
Like these? Is this like what it looks like? For
yeah, that's exactly
So
what
you
they
know
are.
what it reminds me of? The color
Hellboy?
of the blood
Yeah,
bows.
Hellboy.
Yeah, similar like, or
Daredevil.
Reminds me of Hellboy, that
Yeah,
movie.
that's good.
Yeah, I've never seen. Yeah,
So,
it does actually.
No,
Yeah.
that's good. So I want a nice red tegu. Yeah.
And we'll name him Hellboy.
Yeah,
Hellboy's
hell
a
yeah,
good-
you
I think
would.
it's a great name.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
It's a good name.
Southern Scrap says, my favorite spider is the jumping spiders here in Florida. I call them juggalo spiders because the face on their abdomen reminds me of ICP. LOL.
Why? Why
juggalos.
would your favorite spider be a jumping
They're so
spider?
cute.
They are
man.
super cute.
They're
Is
They
it
are
cute?
super
No,
cute.
if the spider jumps, it's even
It's just
worse.
a little tiny one,
It
though.
doesn't
It's a little
matter.
tiny.
They're so
It
cute.
jumps
though.
like.
No, look how cute.
This is the
they
only
are.
spider I really
Jesus,
like.
That
Look at
is
that.
not cute.
What?
That is cute. Look
That
at
is
the,
freaking terrifying.
look at the eyes on
You know, get that out. I'm gonna have nightmares.
Look at the eyes, though.
But I know that's what I don't want to
But that's
look
how
at.
big they are. They're
Are
just
the
little tiny
eyes?
ones.
What the
They're
Those
hell?
don't bother me.
Are you sure we don't have those here?
We have them.
Okay,
We
that's
do.
what I thought.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen those outside.
Yeah, we've
so-
had them outside. Yeah, we get
Oh,
those
yeah.
outside.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Damn, I'm fucked.
Yeah. The also juggalo is an underrated term. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
people don't
surprised
use it enough.
People don't use it enough. And
Yeah.
honestly, like if someone called me a juggalo, I would just laugh so
You're
hard.
like, yay.
Like, maybe that's
Yay.
maybe that's
Yay.
yay. Maybe like obviously like black people have the N word. They call it, hey, what's up, N word?
Right.
We can start that with us whiteys. We can be
Juggalo.
like, hey, my juggalo.
It's not a bad idea. I think you should
Juggalo.
start
Maybe
that.
we're on something. I'm gonna start it. I'll let you know how
Yeah,
it works.
sorry.
Get
Yeah.
back to you
you
next
can
week.
start your own little juggalo
Yeah.
plan.
What's up, my juggalo?
Hashtag juggalo.
Let Rose Bird says, you need to do a Japanese Kit Kat mukbang.
We have.
Yeah, I thought
we
so.
actually have done
We
it.
done.
Yeah.
Look
We
it up
done.
and
And that
us.
is the one Japanese thing that was great. Remember?
I mean,
We actually
Well,
there was
that
a
good.
fun.
There
I
was
mean,
good and
I
there
don't
was
wanna
not
say
so
one,
good, but
But
it
there
was
mainly
fun.
good. Mainly
Like,
good. I
couldn't
liked them
believe-
a lot.
And we didn't even try them all. There's way more that we haven't
Yeah.
even tried. It's crazy. Who would have known there was
Yeah.
so many flavors of Kit
Not
Kats?
me.
I know.
And why
right?
is Japan keeping
I
them
know.
all to
Yeah, to themselves.
Yeah.
They're
It's so weird.
sanctioning us from Kit Kats, dude.
Yeah, we have like 4 different types of Kit Kats. Or
We got a
something
new
like
one.
That.
Yeah, that
Key lime pie.
Oh, yeah, the key
I
lime pie, yeah.
liked it. Did
I
you?
liked
But
too.
Japan
Yeah.
has like 100 types.
Yeah.
It's
They
ridiculous.
do. They have a whole
They
Kit
should
Kat
send-
store.
You know, I blame Obama.
Yeah.
I do too.
I don't know why. If he would have better relations.
I blame Clinton.
I blame
Fucking
Hillary.
Hillary.
Yeah.
Future Reptarian employee says, Jay, when I say what's up, BARCZYK fam, you're included in that.
that's
You know, I think you're badass. I posted it on IG. Also, I'm counting down the months to moving up there. And hell yeah, Noah, Lakers represent.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
I just
yeah,
support
baby.
the
drip?
Our goat. Our goat. My lifetime's
goat.
goat because I wasn't born when Michael Jordan was here, and obviously,
Kobe?
I mean,
Or no, LeBron. LeBron.
well, both. I mean, I guess you could do both in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could do
Yeah.
both, but I was thinking of LeBron
Yeah.
now, but it's again, it's a tough sell. We don't have to go into it. It's a reptile kind of.
Well, actually,
deal.
it's a good. Let's
All right,
segue.
fuck
Let's
it.
segue right into
Yeah,
this.
into number 2.
No. I'm going to jump to number 4.
Okay, let's
damn.
see.
Which sport, if you had a choice, would you want to be like the shit? I mean, like you're the best in
Curling.
the world.
Well, wait a second. Mine says, which sport do you were?
That's not what mine says. Mine says which.
You don't have
which
to
sport,
worry about what.
Mine says which sport do you wish you were the best at?
Yeah.
I think you're just under the
Yeah,
influence a little bit.
Yeah, I think that wine is.
get my
Get your glasses on for gosh sake.
Oh, do you weigh? You were the
She's fucked up right now.
Wow.
no.
What are you talking about?
He's
We have
always
the
had doctor
Mom, we
rating.
have the same paper printed out. It's printed.
I know, that's the best part.
He wrote this.
Yeah, but we have the same one.
Did you copy this or did you write it 3 times?
Listen, just
copied
answer
it.
the
You
question.
wrote this 3 times.
I did write it
shit,
3
he
times.
did write it
Oh,
three
no.
times.
I know. Don't.
Why would you waste your time like that? Just fucking print it 3 times.
Because I want to show the love I have for you
I know
guys.
your dad, and I
ones
know
you
his
need?
What
writing.
the hell?
Yeah, I'm gonna sign them after so you guys can keep them.
Okay, you are right.
These
Yours
are
is fucked up.
OGs.
Yours is
Okay.
fucked up.
Doesn't matter. That's not the question. The question is
Which one do you were?
Okay.
Listen, I just
So
got
the
the
question
vaccine.
was
I'm a little
what?
loopy. I'm autistic
Okay.
now.
Which sport do you wish you were the best at? Is
Yeah,
that
if
what
you
the
could,
question? Okay.
really the gist is, if not just the best at, but I'm talking about like you are the best,
The GOAT.
at.
Yeah.
So which sport? I mean, you could be golf, you could be tennis, you could be basketball, you could be football. Which sport would it be?
Easy, bocce ball.
Oh, duh.
I would have the best fucking bocce ball throws where every time I threw it, no matter the distance or the range, hits the brown ball.
All them
But
old
would that
ladies
get you-
freaking
would
out,
that-
dude.
That's
Do you think that
that's
you
a
could bring
baller,
like
yeah.
bocce ball to a new
yeah,
level?
yeah,
yeah.
because let me explain. Because when I'm up on the Empire State Building throwing a bocce ball into fucking into Central Park.
Nobody throws a bocce.
A shot put, bro.
When I'm chucking my bocce ball from the Empire State into Central Park and hitting the ball,
Would you be like that bowler that just retired that like talk a lot of smack and be like,
of course.
no one's better than me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a bocce ball king. You'd
Yeah.
be that guy. So I think that what you're saying is that not only would you be the best at bocce ball, but you
Yeah.
would bring bocce ball to a national,
Another
international level.
International.
That has never been seen before.
I would even, I would chuck bocce balls across seas for children with cancer.
So so ESPN would lead their show with what Noah Barczyk is doing in bocce ball.
Noah BARCZYK'S bocce balls.
Yeah.
Juggalo Noah.
That's my company.
No, it'd be
name.
like Noah Barczyk's at it again with his bocce balls.
Bocce balls.
There's something there.
Yeah, write that down. Noah BARCZYK'S bocce balls. That's a fucking hitter website.
Yeah, it's a hitter. It's a hitter.
Get that NFT.
All right, so Lori, what do you got?
I don't know. I wasn't a big sports player.
Yeah,
because
so-
I went to small private schools that didn't have sports.
Exactly,
teams,
and so this gives you freedom of
Yeah,
your
like anything,
figuratively
yeah.
imagination.
Dragon Ball.
You can
I don't know
do
what that
anything you want now. You're no
right.
longer limited.
Yeah,
You can do it.
I can do it, huh?
you could do it all night.
You can do it all night long.
Oh, no.
Okay, so what is it?
What is it? Don't even think about it.
Don't-
Just
I have
say
to
it.
think about it because I
Just
don't
say
know.
it.
I'm not a big sports person, so.
So you
So
play
ju-
sports?
You've played softball. You played volleyball.
Yeah. Would you want to be like the frickin' like Babe Ruth of softball?
No.
I mean, honestly, the only thing I can say is if I had the chance as a young one to play hockey, I feel like I could have been really good at that.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
You're-
Because
aggression.
exactly, I could have
Oh, yeah.
just like had the aggression.
That'd
I
be
could have beat
awesome.
the shit out of people. I could have
Okay,
done all that.
this would be fun too because if you chose hockey, then you could be the first ever female in the NHL.
Yeah, actually,
And you
you're
would be
right.
beating their
Actually,
ass.
believe it or not, there was another female.
There was a goalie. I know.
Female goalie in the NHL. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she did very well.
Yeah, it's dumb.
She got sniped, man. I was up there, I was just like, Bing, bar down, bitch. Sending you back to the AHL.
That was when you were playing.
Yeah.
Actually, there was a few.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, that's right. You did have females
Yeah.
on your team. Yeah.
She wasn't bad.
Oh yeah, she was actually good.
Yeah.
She was actually good.
Yeah.
She
But I
was-
do remember there was one when you played at Royal Oak.
Okay.
You had a female on your team, and I never forget this.
Okay.
You she was on your team.
Okay.
And you had to dangle around her to go score.
That's
'Cause
true.
she got in her way.
I remember that.
She got in your way, and you like dangled, toe dragged, went through her legs, then went over and scored.
I remember
that. I remember that.
I do
So-
remember that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she was
couldn't
on your
skate-
team.
Yeah, she was on my team. She couldn't skate very well, and there was the only way to get around her was to go through her.
Yeah, so you just dangled
So I
her.
dangled her up.
Dangled your own player to get through to the
That was the
goal.
best. Those were the best leagues.
Yeah.
Those are the best because everyone was so bad. So like it was just like free range fun.
Yeah,
It was just
wasn't trying to win. You're like just trying to make.
we didn't
it.
have to try to win. Like it was just like you just won.
Yeah.
It was fun.
No, that was good. You said a
I
good
won a
What about you?
championship while I wasn't even there.
I would definitely be hockey.
That's the best.
I know.
Yeah, I would definitely be hockey. I mean, that's always been my sport. You know, I'd like
Yeah.
to
Hell yeah.
I
give,
like-
give it to Wayne Gretzky. Fuck you, the Gretz.
I like
the great one. How about the great piece of shit?
Damn, he's getting angry.
I know.
The vaccine is bringing out this evil side of you.
That's that Bill Gates
I've
talking.
never been this way before since until I got vaccinated.
No.
No, I like Wayne Gretzky. I was a Gretzky fan.
I was
so.
jersey on my wall, but
I
the
know, but I'm just saying.
I like the
I'll fuck 'em up
I like
any
the
day.
picture. I like that image that I have in my mind of mom beating NHL players' butts because you know all she would do is really fight. She would be the enforcer. She wouldn't be very good.
I was literally gonna just say that.
Could you imagine her going against Burnsy? Burnsy's a foot and a half taller than her.
Drops
Foot and a half
All
taller.
you gotta do is get the right hook to get him to fall. Then it's just like
Knock out
just
the rest
gotta
of your teeth.
knock the tree down.
Yeah.
Then you get him.
Knock out the rest of your teeth, Burnsy.
Little
Yeah,
Bogus
that's for you.
says, have you seen the video of people eating fried fish that was still alive and moving? Scarred me for life.
Jesus.
Ooh, I'd say
No,
not.
and I don't want
No, I have
to.
not.
So fresh.
Although, you know, have you ever
Not
seen
things
the
for
have you ever
sure.
seen the videos of like the I don't like octopus either. Like I don't like
Calamari.
I don't like
I
calamari.
don't mind calamari.
But
love
have you seen the
calamari.
ones where they're like it's
love
like
it.
the raw like tentacles and then
Scungio.
they put
Yes.
soy on it and it makes
yep.
it move. Oh fuck
Yeah.
that, man. No way.
I would go like this.
Oh, it'd be so gross.
and then what if
feeling
it was like
Moving down.
That's what they say. It is moving when it goes down. Yeah.
Oh.
No,
No, that's the alien shit like that you're talking about.
I'm not down with that
That's
at
not
all.
okay.
On my on the last Choices podcast, I had my friend Bilal on, and he brought a really good point to the table. He said it's scary to him how a creature with no spine or no bones can beat your ass.
Yeah, octopus. Yeah. It's a smart animal.
Isn't
it's an
it
alien.
weird?
My
It's an
favorite.
Well,
alien.
actually, it's more. It's.
We're going to
more-
definitely
what
have
do
an
they call
octopus
that?
tank.
Not ambidextrous, but like more.
I mean, it's
He's not
probably-
limited
He's
by a skeleton. He can like move
Yeah.
any which way he wants.
I know, it's weird.
Yeah, have you ever seen them squeeze into like a bottle?
Yeah.
Like it's like impossible. You're like that can't fit in that
I've
bottle.
seen-
It's just like
Nemo. I've
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, very. No, that's fair. That's very fair. It's true. It does happen in that.
yes.
Megan says, "Hope everyone is well. We visited while I was pregnant. And
Oh,
can't
wow.
wait to bring our daughter. She loves your videos."
Oh my god, that's awesome. That's cool. That it wouldn't that
that's
will
full
be
circle.
That will be the first the first person that's been pregnant and then brought their baby back. Well, I mean that we know of. I mean, I suppose that could have happened, but I remember back
It's happened.
pre-COVID. Remember that little tiny baby that was like 2 weeks old that came in?
This
Yeah,
little,
so small.
that
That little
tiny
teddy
Like a little
babe
doll.
that fit in the
No,
bottle.
it was like
1 month old, shoved it in Fiji.
No, I think it was literally like 10 days old. Do you remember that when they came in? And I'm like, oh my God, that's the smallest little baby. They're like, oh, he's 10 days old. I'm like, I'm not sure that I remember saying, I'm not sure I bring
think
him
I
into a
remember
place
this too.
that has like 200 people and a bunch of snakes with a 10-day-old baby. But yeah, it was nice to have him.
Still put him in that fucking incubator.
We made those choices to having our Jade Young.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Well, shit, we went to Hawaii with Noah when he was just a
No, it
little
almost
young.
A wee
fell off
babe.
a fucking volcano.
But you know what? You live to tell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys said that you were hiking with me.
Yeah, we hiked with you. Yeah,
No,
I
I was
had,
on
a
your
you in the
backpack.
little-
I had a little
the little-
backpack thing. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You fall, I fall.
Well,
Yeah, but we didn't get close to falling.
That's what you think.
Not that time. My hat flew off
He
though.
lost his hat.
I lost my hat and I was pissed. And
And
I
I'm
almost climbed
ju-
down that damn mountain to get it
He
because it was
did.
my favorite
I had
hat.
to stop him.
I was like, "Do you think I could get it?"
They're like,
And
no.
I was like ready to climb over the fence. And
no.
I was like, "No, that's not."
I'm like,
a good
first
idea."
take Noah off.
Yeah. See,
you were on my back.
I knew it. I didn't forget. I knew it.
He was like, no, Dad, no, don't do it, please.
You're like, damn, that baby's talking and not for a woman.
Noah's like, fuck the hat. No, fuck that hat.
You were literally, you were born November. We went in February, so yeah, you were
4 months.
3
Yeah.
months. Yeah, 3
3
months old.
months.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 3 months. That was
Going
nuts.
up.
No,
Volcanoes.
what was the most crazy is we
So-
brought Brian's grandma.
Oh yeah.
No, it was like both sides of the
Busha
spectrum, right?
Came, and
Busha?
she was hilarious.
Yeah,
'cause
she was
Auntie,
drinking some
Auntie
pina
Cindy had her
coladas and-
drinking, and then literally we're walking back to the hotel, and she's spinning her cane.
Yeah,
she
she's
used to
not
walk with
using
a
her
cane.
cane. She's like
Yeah,
spinning her
yeah,
cane.
she used to walk with a
She
cane.
was
She just
like-
spinning, yeah.
love
She had a
that.
great time.
That's
She
what
had a great
that's
time, man.
important.
It's living right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, she had a great time.
important.
That's good, man.
Ohio guy says, I always liked the movie Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice
Oh,
is
that was
great.
an
Banger.
awesome one.
That's a
Love it.
classic.
It's
Yep.
good. We have
a classic.
Beetlejuice the monitor.
That's so true.
Classic.
It is
Simple man,
another
what's
one of my
up, man?
Simple Man through 50, he says, hey, hope
Thanks,
everyone's doing
man.
well. Have you ever seen the movie Crawl? It's a great movie,
Yeah,
but I know that how much they got bitten, they would have been dead.
So
Is that
first
the
off,
alligator
thanks.
movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes,
actually had a crawl night here at the Reptarium.
Savannah.
Savannah came up from Gatorland, and we had a crawl night here.
Explain that more.
Boy.
Before COVID, we used to have movie nights.
Yeah, we used to have movie nights, and I pray to God we can have movie nights again, you know, in the
We
future,
will.
because it was super fun. You know, I mean, it was so much fun. You just have we had
great.
painting with the twist. I
love that.
Yoga.
But I think the movies were my favorite though, because it was like
course.
it was a
You're a movie
late
guy.
night, but like we get pizza, everyone would be hanging out.
chilling.
We'd have like 25 people. Everyone would have like a snake in their hand. They'd be like
Slice.
watching them. It was just cool.
Snake and
Yeah.
slice.
Snake and
Yeah,
slice.
it was literally true.
Yeah.
Like it was before salmonella, so it didn't matter.
Yeah,
it was before the
this was
salmonella
before that
thing
We
shit.
had,
happened.
we had plenty of hand sanitizer. It's
Yeah,
fine.
no.
Yeah, just take a. That's the motto. You eat your slice. Take a.
But
pump
the
down the
sad
throat.
thing is that we never had a movie night with the new Reptarium.
Yeah, sure.
With so much space,
Yeah.
we always were crushed in that small
Well,
space.
we had it figured out to where our next one, how we would do it because
Yeah.
of that. And
And
we
now
didn't
we
get the
didn't
chance.
do it.
We'll get
so
it again.
now we can
There you
have
go.
2 movie nights because we can
Goals.
be upstairs and downstairs. Which let's do this last one, and then I'm gonna move on to
Yeah,
another
you got it.
question.
Wendy
Let's do
through
it.
50 as well says, hello, everyone.
so much.
Listening to the live chat on my way home from work. You guys have me laughing so hard. What a great way to end the day. I love you guys.
Love
Wendy,
you
thank
more.
you
Thank
so
you.
much for your support. You mean the
Love
world
you
to
more.
us.
I'm
Yeah, we
glad
love you
we
too.
can entertain
and
you.
that kind of, I'm going to segue. I'm
Okay.
using segues
Let's
tonight.
do it.
God, what are we choosing now?
If I was going to spend all of our money,
Oh, Lord.
every dollar of
You
our
went
money
there.
on the expansion, would you still support me? And I want both you guys to answer that.
No, okay. So are you spending my money too, or are you just?
Not
spending...
sure. Well,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
easy
that's
question.
my money.
This
That's
is
an
a
easy
different question for him than me
That
because
is
this
true.
doesn't
no, wait,
affect
your
it's
dreams,
kind of
Dad.
money. It's
No.
kind of your money.
No, it's
Exactly.
not. No, it's not.
No,
That's
it's
not my
not.
money. That's not
Well,
my
no,
money.
I'm
I didn't
saying
earn
that-
That's not your money. That's not your money.
That's not my money.
That's not your money.
But whatever we,
Let's- okay.
Yeah, you'll inherit. You and Jade will inherit what we leave behind.
I know, but I'm not thinking about that. So let's make the question even funner. You're using all my money as well.
Okay, I'm using your money as
Oh,
well.
would you put all of your money?
Yeah, would
Yeah.
you
Well,
do that? Yeah, for the expansion.
How would you
Now-
support Papa?
He's flickering his
flutter.
eye.
I know.
Fluttering.
I raised you.
Okay, so
big
let me
deal.
think. Let me think. I think I would because I'm still living with you. So I would just be like, hey, remember that time I gave you all my money? Like I still get to live with you for a while.
Well, you always
And-
do too. So
Always?
Yeah.
No.
30 years
No.
old, still
Yeah.
living with mother.
No. You might live
No.
with father, but
No,
you
I'll
won't live with mother.
I don't know. I mean, it's probably like I would give you a slice,
it's like,
but like I wouldn't want to give all of my money.
no, not all of it. What about you, Lori? If we're
I
just gonna
have to
be
live.
broke, we're gonna be like we're gonna still be able to pay our bills,
Paupers,
but we
though.
have no extra. Like every dollar we
Listen,
have.
You throw this out
As if this isn't
like
a real question.
as if this hasn't literally happened several
This
times
has happened
in
like,
our life.
like probably
Like-
10 times, 20
Yeah.
times.
I mean,
Maybe
at least
30 times.
At least literally, and like 3 times. Honestly, like
I think it's
like
been
we
more
could
than
pay,
3 times.
we could pay our bills, but like cutting.
I think
it
it's been more than 3
close.
times. I think it's been at least 10 times that we've spent every dollar on something.
I mean, yeah, of course. This is the thing. As long as it's something that I believe in too, then of course, then we're in it together because we're making that choice based. Like we never have made a choice like. We're gonna this is like 70-40 if I pay off. It's not like a bad gambler debt. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna throw it out there and hope for the win. Like
Yeah.
when we make a decision, we make it because we think
Yeah,
it's a
'cause
smart decision.
Okay. All right. Well, that brings me to my next question. Where would you like to be in the next 5 or 10 years?
Mom, where would you like to be?
So, with that last question in mind,
That has to be a part of it.
no, it doesn't have to be part of it, but you know that you know whatever. Where would you like to be in 5 or 10 years?
Who's
you go
going
first,
first?
and then you go next.
I got to go
Okay.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
go
guess you're
first.
going
5 to
first.
10 years.
Damn.
Could be 5, could be 10.
Like, see, this is my problem. Like, I'm in a weird place right now, to where
Well, you gotta
No, it's
figure
the
that shit
podcast
out.
room. It's the podcast room.
It's always been.
It's
yeah,
the
and
same
it's
place.
weird. It's freaking weird.
There's rocks on the walls. We're in a
I know.
basement.
We're in a basement. There's rocks on the wall.
There's a spinny
I
wheel.
don't feel
spear.
comfortable. There's a dinosaur.
with a boar skull.
Yeah.
And a motorcycle helmet. Why?
And a Ticonderoga.
You are right. This place is crazy.
This place is weird.
Yeah, so you're in a weird place.
Yeah, I'm in a very weird place right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure that out still. I don't know exactly where I want my life to go.
Well, I would like to be alive. That's number one. I would like to be alive in 5 to 10 years.
Brilliant. This kid's brilliant.
That's good.
Let's hope
crushing
so.
it.
Yeah,
Well, every day is a chance. You have a
gift.
chance.
yes.
So,
Yeah.
I would like to be alive, and now if we're still alive, then I think I would want to just be financially free, meaning that still have no worries about I have to get another paycheck so that I can get another meal because
Right.
I'm fucking hungry. Like, as long as I don't worry about that and I'm still alive, and I mean, if I'm not in prison.
Well,
Because-
let's hope you're not in prison.
Well, I'm just thinking because like
the stars
because
today.
I want
What
freedom.
else are you doing?
I want freedom,
Them
right?
financially in prison.
Well, the thing is, I have pretty much everything that I want, so
Well,
I'm
I was
fine.
thinking more like, I mean, I know you're in the comedy career, so like, where do you want that to be in 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10 years. I would hope by then I can at least pack a room of at least 100 to 200 people whenever I want across the country. Like,
Right.
I would hope that.
I
by
mean, do you
10
hope that in
years,
5 to 10 years that's your living, or do you?
I mean, at least part of my income, like, I've been learning along the side with you. You never just want one income stream.
Right.
Wait, how millionaires become millionaires. Not saying that I want to become a millionaire, but it's just something that's been planted in my mind. You have to have like 10 fucking income streams, right?
Yeah.
So I would hope to make comedy a main source of income in 5 to 10 years. And I think that if I can pack a room of a couple hundred people whenever I wanted to in whatever state, that would actually come to fruition.
Okay. Good. As for me, I mean, it's just I just want to. My goal is to again, have the reptarium,
15.0.
aquarium, whatever. Yeah, who knows how many .0s I'll be at that point, but I just want to, have a place that I love to be at, like I love now, the Reptarium, and it's a place that we can provide amazing experiences for people. The Walt Disney of Michigan reptile aquarium places. It just experience based. That's what I want, and obviously I want to be more balanced in life. I'm working hard on that now,
For sure.
and enjoy life more, not just work. But
honestly, that's what I was just thinking is, if anything, I want to be enjoying life more.
Right.
Like I'm not against working. Like we both said, like neither one of us are ones that just working to retire and never work.
Yeah, I'll never
because
retire.
I mean, at that point, why you give up your purpose? Like you know what I mean.
No,
You
I
need to
wanna
always
work
have a
till-
purpose, and working. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, that's the thing.
But
yeah.
I also we have always just worked, and
Yeah.
that has been our thing is work till we're 40 and then retire and then work till you're whatever. And it's like, well, I don't think that it's a matter of we have to stop working, but I think that we have to also start adding more enjoyment.
Well, I think that's right. Right.
And that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know what that
I
enjoyment is. I don't know what that extra, you know what I mean, thing is. I think it'll be nice, I think, to travel for enjoyment, not for work.
Right.
Because most of the travel we've done, while we get to enjoy a little bit, it's always tacked on to because we're here for work.
Sure.
I would like to just do trips for pure enjoyment.
Well,
I think that's going to be your guys' like fun life is when you'll be able to you have your zoo or whatever, but I don't know, let's just make up something like every 2 months or whatever you can go on to an actual crazy trip.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like not Florida. I'm talking like Mexico,
Egypt,
Italy, Egypt. Like every
Greece,
couple 2 to 3 months you can make another trip.
Well, I think that's ultimately what
that's
ultimately what we're working towards, right? Is being able to have a business that isn't necessarily directly tied to us having to be there every minute of every day. And through the course of our life up until now, we've had great people that have worked with us for sure, but we've had to be very, very intricately involved.
Oh my God,
right now, as we've been doing this podcast, Jay's upstairs doing tours, and that's a great thing. And I think with the zoo, if you think about, let's take the Australia Zoo as an example. Yes, the Irwins own Australia Zoo. I've been to the Australia Zoo 5 times. I have never seen an Irwin, right?
Besides Bob.
Well, right, but not at the zoo. That was at his house. I've never seen an Irwin on property, right? And I don't think anyone ever does. Or I think it's rare to see an Irwin. I'm not saying we're the Irwins, number one, but number two, what I'm saying is that I think people can come here and enjoy the reptarium, enjoy the aquarium if we add it, whatever else we add, and we don't have to be here. Do I want to be here a bunch? Of course I do. Yeah. But, we can take that vacation every 2 months and say, hey, guys, we're gone for 10 days. See you later. You guys are running it. Goodbye. Yeah. Whereas up until now, all of our businesses, prior to the last 5 years, all our businesses were me and you working our asses off.
I think part of that is evolving too. And I was literally just having this conversation today with my mom about realizing that it gets to a point where you don't have to, or you can't physically do everything.
Right.
And I am very much a person. I think you're even better than me as far as delegate, do whatever, but I am very much a control and have a hand in everything. Yeah. And I have realized over the last few years, while yes, it's good to a certain point, A, it's not healthy, and B, at some point, unless this is what you want your life to be, you're going to have to delegate let people be able to do and find the right people that can do the job properly, because that's my whole thing is, who's going to do as good as me? Well, I guess unless you start trying, you're never going to find that person.
Well, I can tell you this much. The one thing that if I give business people success, any kind of successful business people, or if I'm giving advice to people to become a successful business person, 100%, if you aren't willing or able to delegate, you will not be successful. You can't.
Well, you can only physically do so much.
Well, but the most successful people on the planet surround themselves with great people that do
Jobs,
most of them. Exactly, all of them.
Exactly.
That's how they are successful. If you think that, that's how, Jay obviously does all the editing and all the creative stuff and camera work. I used to do it all myself. I had to delegate, and it changed my whole life to bring him on, not just because of the help, but the point is that, if I wouldn't have let that go, I would still be where I was 2.5 years ago. And I think we have to do that throughout our entire career. That doesn't mean that we're hands off. It just means that,
you're still obviously a huge part of us creating the vlog. I mean, we talk about it all day and we do it together. So it's
but it's still there. It's just like Ashley, now she does all the booking for the Reptarium. You used to do it, and now look at, we're booking twice the stuff. It's not that you were terrible at it. It was just you didn't have the time to call people back and book it, Mm-hmm. Now, so delegation. And I think that as life goes on. So I agree with you, and I think in the next 5 or 10 years, we'll have delegated to the point where we can take those trips.
What happened? Because I remember back at Hayes BHB, the biggest location that you guys have had for your BHB reptiles. I remember in particular, anytime you would go out on a trip, and I'm not even talking vacation trip because there really wasn't any business trip.
Shows.
It was always a nightmare.
There was always a nightmare. Yeah. And not even nightmare doesn't even do the word justice.
Because, disaster.
I mean disaster. I mean people almost getting murdered, people dude, I mean craziness. And as a kid, obviously I would recognize that this would happen, but I still to this day don't know why that would happen. Why did that happen?
I think it's, again, what I was just talking about, finding the right people. At the time we just had,
Anybody.
a lot of, we just were filling spots.
Literally, I felt like I was a freaking preschool teacher. And that was exactly it. That was the mentality of the majority of the people I had working for me.
Yeah, you got to remember that at one point.
And then if the teacher's not there, what happens?
Yeah, you got to remember at one point, half of our crew was my hockey team.
Yeah.
It was just like, hey, I'm playing with these guys. Let's hire them.
Okay, so that's what it is. We don't even have to overcomplicate it because the answer is actually very, very simple. The truth is that staff. It was staff, and it's not that they were bad individually.
They weren't bad people. It's just they weren't.
Together wasn't a very good team.
Yeah, and it's just responsibility.
So that's what you guys have learned is that you've learned to seek out a certain character.
Well, I think character is really important. Like you said, I am a person that believes in attitude over aptitude.
Okay.
Right? You know, so if you have the right attitude, you may not be as smart. You may not be as, I mean, look at Jay, for gosh sake.
I'm dumb as shit.
This guy
dumb as shit.
He could take a picture.
Yeah, but it takes a picture like a motherfucker.
No. My point is no. But Jay, in all honesty, obviously a very intelligent guy.
Yeah, of course.
But in all honesty, he's always here for me no matter what. And yeah, is he talented? Yes, of course he is. But there's probably guys more talented.
Of course.
But
obviously
your attitude is makes your skill set 10 times more valuable to me. You know what I mean? I mean, you're great at what you do, but at the same time, it's the reason why I love you is because of you're there for me all the time. And that's most of who we have working for us.
Yeah. Well, no, like because that's what I was just going to say is it's us, because we started with just us. Yeah. And then we had one person, and then we had two, and it's like, oh God, we need more. And then it's like we're just finding people, like you said, like through hockey, through friends or whatever.
Just as
and
a
then
body,
we realize
right?
as running this business that has employees, like, oh my God, like this is so terrible. And then you have to learn about finding the right employees, you know? So I think it's just another,
that makes sense.
This is the way me and your dad have done everything.
Failure.
The hard way.
Like, no one's taught us anything. We didn't have anyone say, don't do this, do that.
We didn't go to business school. We didn't, follow somebody else's whatever. We just figured their shit out on our own the hard way.
And so this is a book that you bought me, Kobe Bryant book for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
I've been reading that one. And he talks about something very similar on topic here. Talks about asking questions. Yeah. He was never afraid to ask questions. And sometimes it would like throw people off because a lot of times people don't really ask questions. Yeah. They'll do your guys' route, like let's just headbutt this thing and see if it hurts or not. Like
right.
But he was the polar opposite. Like he would go up to Michael Jordan and he would try to pick his brain.
Yeah.
And he said in his book, at least, that people didn't shun him for that. They actually embraced and accepted him because they realized that he was trying to learn and become the greatest he could become. And that's one thing that I need to work on, is because I definitely have your guys' DNA with that, where it's just like, all right, let's do it and figure it out.
Yeah.
And I feel kind of weary about questions. Like I still do ask questions, but I definitely need to ask more questions to people that have been in the game in all aspects of my life.
Yeah, it's just something that I think took a long time for me to feel comfortable with now too. But as you know, when I'm around anybody, I'll say or ask anything now, I have no concerns about, that's why like people are like, I can't believe you asked, Mr. Beast that or something like that. I don't care. I'm going to ask him. The worst he's going to say is no or whatever, it's like, it's simple, but
it is simple, but it's hard to understand.
Part of our stuff too, though, is a lot of stuff that we were doing, we were in the forefront of it.
Yeah, we were the
so there wasn't really even people to ask
turn to.
because it's like we were just kind of in the forging the way.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Yeah. Although we don't get any credit for that.
You do get credit.
No, it was funny. Some guys like, because I in the video the other day when I was like, hey, if it wasn't for me and other people like me in the beginning, that Reptile Hobby would be. That. And some guy was like, what a fucking egotistical prick,
No, but for real.
But it's like, I'm like, what? You think the Reptile Hobby would be what it is today if it wasn't for the efforts of people like me? And I wasn't saying just me. I'm saying people like me.
I know. I heard
you.
Early,
and it's
but you really could, like, if you really think about it, right? You can pin like a lot of the sides of the reptile hobby right now to ball python specifically. Like they've blown up the reptile hobby, right?
And we were on the
and you were one of 4 people.
I'm sure you've already been thinking, but this would be a thing, especially for your Saturday or whatever, is exactly that. Like, how many people do we know from 30 plus years ago that were in the same boat as us?
Yeah.
Like, how interesting would it be to get some of those on the podcast?
Well,
we wanted
to. Well, I talked to Bill. I talked to Bill Brandt the other day about coming on. He said he would come on. When
many people that, like you said, like to me, it's nostalgic from the standpoint of we were kids and we were, just starting out. But the reality is everybody, like, this whole thing was just starting out. It was this new thing of reptile shows, and like there was no like biggers or, some people had more stuff, but and what it evolved to over all these years, like, to me, it's a very cool thing. I'm so happy we got to experience it. I'm sad for the people nowadays. Like yes, you know, what you experience and what you get is great, but you have no idea what you missed.
Yeah.
Like it was a very cool evolution of how it did and the
birth of the hobby,
camaraderie
man. It's
and
crazy.
all of this stuff that, like you said, like, okay, yeah, you might come at it as egotistical, but the reality is, dude, you have no idea. Like, you missed out on a fucking era that you will never get to experience.
Right.
That was awesome.
Right.
You know?
And you got to remember when that was starting that, you know, there was no internet. There was no this. So literally, like, people, you know, I mean, it's like, listen, the truth is, it's not like I invented YouTube or something like that, but we were the first YouTuber reptile people. So what happened was, for many years, there was Viper Keeper and us were the only two YouTube channels that did reptiles.
Yeah, whatever made you, like, decide to start that? I don't even remember.
You remember Fred Seibert, you know, with Next New Networks.
So, okay, so we didn't have the YouTube channel prior to that?
No, he was the one that that got us started, And then Paul.
Okay, I thought we had it already.
No. He was the one that started. You know, got us started. That's cool. But the point is that you know, listen, you know, I mean, you know, there was years went by where I was the only guy running around a reptile show with a camera. Yeah. And now
people were like, "What is this guy doing?"
Yeah,
like,
and now there's hundreds of people every reptile show. I'm not saying that like it wouldn't have happened without me. No, but
you just got lucky to be. You got lucky to be one of the first guys that did it.
Right. But my point is that, you know, you gotta give me just a little bit of credit in the sense that you know, people. A lot of people have copied our format and have copied what we've done over the years, which is fine.
And that's what's supposed to happen.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. That's completely fine. Right? But then it's interesting how like people have copied this path but then that also I chose.
Then bashed you for it.
Bashed
as
me
well,
like
right?
Somehow like I'm the bad guy. And I'm like, wait a second, but you know,
but you're doing what I was doing. You're doing
like, and it's simple. It's because we're dealing with such a vast variety of opinions and people and humans that, and so you're gonna run into people that are just not there. Their frontal,
out to lunch.
Their frontal cortex just isn't developed.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it doesn't bother me. Anyways,
it is cool though that you guys were like you know, like Lords of Dogtown is to skateboarding. Like that's how you guys were with the reptile world too.
But you know that's a great point.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? But listen to this. The difference is that they are considered legends
and get credit.
And get credit. The people, myself, Mark Bell, Gary
Kevin,
Sipperly, you know,
the
Hampers, the Max, we get bashed. Yeah. That's what's fucked up about the reptile hobby is that the reptile hobby looks at the older people and they look at us as like the problem. I don't
know if that's fully true.
Oh, it is 100% true.
I do understand that there's people that do that, but you got to also understand that everybody in this chat sees you as a legend.
No, listen, Noah.
What?
295 people compared to hundreds of thousands of people is a big difference.
I don't think you're taking this out of perspective.
No, please. Slow down. I'm in this business. You know that, right? No, listen. Seriously. Yes, there are a portion of people in the reptile hobby that would respect me. I guarantee you, I walk into the Tinley Park, at least 25% of the people in there have spite for me that don't like me. That is a fact. That's not me making up stuff and taking it out of fucking context. I know I have a lot of supporters, and I don't give a fuck about those 25% of people. But that's just a fact, Noah. Yeah, that, you know, and I can go on Instagram right now. No. Listen, I can go on Instagram right now and go down all the reptile breeders. Almost none of them follow me, but they follow Jay Brewer and Miguel at Always Evolving. That tells you everything you need to know. That those reptile breeders don't respect me enough to even follow me on Instagram. Because I do it all the time. I'll see like Miguel tag someone. I'll go to the page. They never follow me. But they're following Jay and they're following him. That's what I'm saying. So that's just reality. I'm not mad about it. It's okay. It sucks. But it's not just me. Again, you know, people shit on Mark Bell when he had problems. People shit on John Mack. You know? I mean, that's the reality. You know, I'm not just saying me. I'm saying I don't know one legend of the hobby back in the 70s, 80s, 90s that is considered a legend.
Glorified, yeah.
Right now, you know who's the legends in the hobby? Justin Cabelica, Miguel, who didn't even have a snake 5 years ago. And I love Miguel. You know, I love Miguel, and I think he deserves all the credit he's getting. But he's been around for 5-6 years. You know, Justin Cabelica, amazing person. He's been around a while, but he wasn't an OG by any stretch, right?
No, that's the thing. I laugh because I remember him as a kid coming into the hobby.
Right, yeah.
Like,
and that's what I'm saying. In most hobbies like skateboarding and
rock and
music
roll,
and tattooing, the OGs are fucking like legends. And I'm not talking about just me. I'm talking about all the OGs are not legends in the reptile world.
Why does that happen?
And the honesty is it doesn't matter. And like I said, like I think from our standpoint, I think it would be nice to do some of that, digging in, bring them in, talking, because even just be among ourselves, it would be fun. And it would also enlighten others, you know, to get to know these people and to talk about that. And you know what? The reality is it doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter what people think or not because we know.
But
and that's all that matters.
Well, okay, it doesn't matter to a personal stance, but it's actually like history. So like in that way, in the historical
sense, and that's what
sense,
makes me sad.
Yeah.
That's what makes me sad.
And that is sad. And maybe what the Legends of Reptiles thing, because I think that's what the name or something around that is what you kind of wanted to do.
Yeah, that's what I talked about,
And I think maybe that can help break away that callous of ignorance a little bit, because I actually probably bet that most people in the reptile hobby don't even know names that actually started this shit.
I guarantee you.
So
it's like I said, Mark Bell has the largest collection in the world of reptiles, and he could walk through Tinley Park and 10 people in the whole place would know who he was.
Yeah.
And he's the #1 largest collection in the world.
And he probably revolutionized many of things.
Absolutely revolutionized. Again, I take some credit for some of the things, but Mark takes 10 times that credit.
And you guys both deserve. And you guys both deserve what you take credit for. I'm sure that neither of you guys overstep your boundaries for. Oh, I did this, even though deep in your head you don't do that. No, you don't do that. You only take credit for what you
Robert
did.
Applegate would do. And I would love to have him on the podcast because he'd be an amazing, amazing guest on the podcast. But he's him and Frank Reedus as well. Yeah. I mean, I remember Frank. I was producing 20,000 snakes a year, and I remember Frank walking up while I was talking to someone at the Daytona show and going, "This kid don't know shit about things. I know more. I've been around longer than this kid." And he was me and Frank were great friends. He was just that's who he was. He was like, I'm better than everybody. And but in reality, he did do things.
He was
that were,
older, and he
he
done
did
different
amazing
things.
I mean, he was the first person to breed lace monitors in the country, and people don't even fucking know his name. Yep. You know what I mean? It's like So I mean, but I just think that's a bummer, though.
It is a bummer. The point I was trying to make earlier, though, was it really felt like what you were trying to, and maybe this wasn't what you're trying to say, but this is what it felt like. It felt like you were trying to say something like nobody views you as like the OG.
No, I did not say that.
I know you
didn't even mean to say it.
I know, but
I mean,
I think that
obviously we have millions of followers.
I know, and I think that a lot of people do hold you to that high, that value, the GOAT status. I'm not saying you're the greatest of all time, but like, a lot of people in like NBA in particular will be called a GOAT. Like, and I think that's like the echelon that you guys are a part of, obviously, because of just history. And so I think a lot of people view you that way, and I wonder why a lot of people don't.
I think it's a little bit different too.
I don't know. That didn't come out right.
I know what you were saying.
We have stepped away from the hobby, even though we have BHB Reptiles and we do whatever. We don't do the shows. We don't do whatever. So being not active in the community.
Well, the reason we're not.
I know the reason we're not, but I'm just saying not being active in there makes it to where a lot of people are not aware or not whatever. So that's probably where a little bit of that other stuff comes because the people you are saying are highly active and highly in there.
I disagree. So. There's not a person in the reptile hobby that doesn't know my name. You know what I mean? No, seriously. That's not egotistical thing.
I'm not saying it is.
No, I'm not. Do you think if you walked into Tinley Park and asked every vendor who Brian BARCZYK was, everyone would at least not know who I was? They might have a bad opinion of me. They may have a good opinion of me, but they would know I was there. I'm not like Mark Bell. The reason people don't know him is because he's quiet and isn't involved.
Exactly.
People know who we are.
We have a social standing. We have a YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, everyone in the hobby. The fact is, Noah, going back to your question, is that the people that think I'm a goat are typically not in the reptile breeding hobby.
Okay.
The people in the reptile breeding hobby, for whatever reason, whether they're right, wrong, or other, have a very negative opinion. Not everybody, but a lot of them have a negative opinion.
I wonder if it has to do with some... Okay, because I remember as a child, there being like drama with breeders where they would create lies and they would...
Yeah, sure.
So that they could get the sale.
Yeah.
And I think that it stems from that, probably.
Absolutely.
Well, a lot of it did. I mean, a lot of it stemmed from a couple people that spread horrible rumors about us.
Rumors
Yeah.
and lies
and then
stuff
then
like
but and then
that
people
that
liked
became facts.
Became
That,
facts.
like, you know, yeah.
It became facts, and then
quotes.
now to this day, even I hear all these things that are completely BS about us.
Right.
And
But
or
people hold them as truth.
hold them as truth, exactly, because
Nobody
they were spread.
fact checks
And then it's much like the Logan Paul Jake Paul effect.
Okay.
Once it's like in vogue to hate somebody,
Okay.
then people hate somebody even though they don't know why they hate them.
Okay, now we're getting onto something. I recently was listening to Bill Burr and Kevin Hart podcast. They touched on the same exact topic. I forgot what they called it. I think they made a definition for it. But the point is that if somebody, say everybody loves Forrest. No, let's not do Forrest Gump. Fuck it, let's do Forrest Gump. Say everyone loves Forrest Gump. One person will hate Forrest Gump. Next person will walk up, see the guy that hates it, and without any opinion, just because there's like, it's kind of a niche kind of audience to hate it, they'll just join it.
Yeah.
Fuck Forrest Gump.
Absolutely.
Have you even seen Forrest Gump? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But fuck it.
Yeah, but I've
It's
had
that
people,
same thing.
and I've had
Oh,
people.
it is 100%
I've had
that
people
thing.
literally reach out to me and say, I hated you for 2 or 3 years, and I didn't even know why. And then I
Yeah.
started watching your videos, and I realized you weren't a bad guy.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying it's a reality.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's
it's not
exactly
it's-
what it is.
And because it's like I've said, you guys obviously you're my family. Jay
Yeah, of
knows
course,
me.
of
You're
course.
family. Like it's impossible for people to really believe that we animal abuse.
And so
It's impossible.
And so this
It's
is what we have to
impossible.
do. This is what you have to do. We are figuring it out, and it's good that we're talking about it because we are figuring it out. I believe that we have you in particular, because I don't know the guys, but we as a collective have to push harder to do this Legends of Reptiles
I agree.
thing.
Right.
I think that will help get truth out there.
Yeah.
And shine light on the entire community, the entire history of reptiles, and maybe make people, when you're actually providing them the facts with conversation, long form conversation, they can't deny. And just like we said, 2-3 years I hated you, found your vlog, boom. Now, everyone knows that daily vlogs are on the down spear. Nobody really doing them anymore.
Right.
It was huge at a point in time, 2017, blah, blah, blah. All right, so maybe with the podcasting, that is definitely a up curve. We don't know how much longer it's going to be climbing, but we definitely know that podcasts are a big thing right now. So if you get these guests on, maybe more people can find the podcast, hear these truths being spitting in these podcasts with these names that they've never heard, but have literally influenced their collection that they own.
Right.
And then they'll be like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I was wrong. Let me tell Jimmy, because Jimmy fucking hates Brian, even though I look at this truth that I can provide him to change his opinion.
And it is cool. And I agree with that too. I think that is a 2021 thing.
Yeah, well, I was working on it prior to COVID.
I know
and then
you were.
obviously COVID came
But
about.
I think for two reasons.
COVID.
Like,
I know.
A, obviously the content is good, but B, how fun would that be? I mean, honestly, it's the only thing I miss about the shows is getting to see our old friends that we would get to actually sit and what would you do here? Just bullshit about the old times and talk about the different stuff
and that's
that.
like I said, that's
so it would
the
be
problem.
awesome
It's
on
just,
all things.
Yeah, it's just like I said. We can move on from this, but it's a weird industry because most industries, like Jay talked about skateboarding or tattooing or music or whatever the case is, they usually have knowledge of the past, and they have these like goats and these OGs.
Like even if you don't like the band or something, like you look up to Slayer or Metallica or Pantera,
well,
right?
And it's like I've always said, if you take tattooing for an instance, if you look at a famous tattooer from the 50s, like the Bob Tyrell, who is one of the best tattooers of our time right now, would look back at that 50s guy and go like, that dude is a legend. But then you look at his work and it's garbage. It's like you wouldn't want it on your arm, but they still look at them because they were legends. They were like they were the people,
honestly,
Yeah.
I think that exactly that. I think it's something that needs an injection, and I think there's a lot of people out there like, because when I know I don't talk to a lot of people, but when I have conversations with people about this stuff, like every single person I have has been like, oh my God, like this is so crazy, like this is so, they just don't know. But when you actually get the knowledge, like it is. And I think that's the thing. I think there's nobody putting it out there, for all of these people who have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's move on.
You got it. John says, it is a red tegu, LOL. I've sent you a message on Instagram, but how do I contact you?
Can you just go to like sales at BHB Reptiles and
he just throws out random.
Yeah, I don't know. And just put attention, Brian.
Email somebody, please.
I don't even think that's a thing.
Okay, how about info at bhbreptiles.com?
Yeah, I don't think we even have sales.
Okay, info at...
That's why all these emails keep getting lost, Lori. I didn't know.
I don't even know. So yeah, just send it to something BHB. If you go to BHB, you'll find it.
Yeah.
Put attention, Brian, and they'll send it to me. But thank you so much. Yeah.
Sammy Young says, I love you all so much. Thank you for all the laughs.
Yeah, the last 20 minutes wasn't so many laughs, so I apologize. But
It might have been.
Yeah, you never know. Heidi says, Reptarian 3.0 needs some octopuses.
Yes.
I
love
believe
the podcast.
it's octopi.
And
No,
I don't think it is
It's
something
actually
else.
octopuses, actually. It is octopuses.
Brian
actually.
got me on this
Octopi.
once. I thought so too.
So the deal is,
I think there's
you
another
can
one.
call them octopi, but the actual technical term is octopuses. Dead serious.
I know, Lori.
I think there's something else too.
That goes against everything in grammar.
I think there's something else too. I think there's.
And by the way, thank you, Heidi.
Yeah, and she says, sending much love to our favorite YouTube family and hashtag chat gang, hashtag Reptarium visit September.
Yeah, I can't wait. And then, by the way, obviously her show is coming up in Johannesburg here in, I think not next weekend, but the weekend after. Obviously, we're not going because of the
I was going to
virus.
say, I don't think we're
But
going.
she did say, I believe it was May 7th of next year.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got to go. We've got to go.
Gotta go.
Yeah, May 7th, we're going to South Africa.
You know what
next
else? Another plural thing of octopus is octopodes.
year. Octopods.
Podes.
Octopods.
Yeah.
Interesting.
See, I could do
Octopodes.
octopodes better than
What's Mama
octopuses.
Tomsky saying?
Mama
she's right in the
she's
other
right
room.
behind me.
Hey,
She
right
says,
behind
this
you.
is for the huge squirrel that jumped out in front of me.
Yeah.
Back so scary.
We got some crazy ass
We got
squirrels
some
back there.
attack
You gotta
squirrels.
be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have some body counts too.
Yeah, so Mama Tomsky's
Talk to Beth about that.
Yeah.
She's up visiting us for the next couple of days, and so she's in the control room.
Watch
today,
out for the
so it's
chipmunks
always
too,
good.
Lisa.
Yeah, they'll fuck your day up, man.
Yeah,
they'll
that's
jump out at
awesome.
you.
Let me see who we got next. Next one is from Simple Man. He came back.
Came back.
He says, I don't know if it would be possible, but wouldn't it be awesome if you could get a sea snake for 4.0? I don't know how that would work with trying to keep non-venomous snakes, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing. I don't know the answer to that, to be totally honest with you. I've never seen a sea snake in any aquarium.
Me neither.
So I wonder if it's a similar thing to so many Australian animals that can't be exported. It's not really a dangerous thing because they really don't, like beakers, water snakes and stuff like that. They don't really bite.
That's
you
what
know
I've
I
heard,
mean?
yeah.
Like it's almost impossible to get envenomated by it. It can happen. Brian Fry got envenomated somehow during a research thing with them. So if you could have them, I don't think it would be a dangerous thing. And you got to remember, there's a difference between a venomous snake that keepers have to work on and might come in contact like king cobra in a fish tank. You know what I mean? Like that's not going to ever.
Yeah.
No one's ever going to get hurt with a sea snake. But I just have never seen one, so I don't know if number one you can't get them or number two they just don't survive in captivity. I mean, like a great white shark. I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah. Colin asks, what about Tom Crutchfield?
Yeah.
Do you consider him a legend like yourself, sir? Really love and appreciate everything y'all do for us.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Tom's a
Tommy
legend.
boy.
And I've talked to Tom. He's going to come up sometime and do the podcast. So we're definitely going to get Tom up. I mean, he's
way before.
Yeah, he's way before us. I mean, Tom is literally anyone that thinks. Listen, Tom has had a jaded past. He's had many ups and downs in his life, but the reptile hobby certainly. Did you know bearded dragons wouldn't be in the country if it wasn't for Tom?
Tom's a
Tom
gangster.
Smuggled bearded dragons into this
Tom's
country.
a true gangster.
And that's the shit that I mean when we said earlier that people's own collection, they don't even know the history of it.
They wouldn't have it.
Yeah, if you own a bearded dragon, you wouldn't own it right now if it wasn't for Tom Crutchfield. And many other animals.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Heidi says, Brian, we also get flack over this side of the ocean. The younger gen doesn't know or care who laid the roots of this hobby.
Yeah, it's a bummer, and it's it's just the way it is. I guess I'm sure there's probably other hobbies.
Yeah, there has
that have to be similar. I'm assuming, but why? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the other animal.
Yeah, maybe dogs and
our
horses.
Birds are like fish. Is it the same way? I don't know.
Now, do you think that it
answer.
is something that the four founding fathers could change with books and something what do you think?
I don't think
what could you do besides our idea with the podcast? What else could you do to get these people to start caring?
I don't think there's anything that you could do. I think that doing the legends would be great and it'd be informational, but I still don't think it's going to change anything. I don't think that it's going to change.
It's like a hobby culture.
Yeah, it's a hobby culture, and I mean, it's. I just don't think that people are going. People are going to, for whatever reason, they think that the hobby started with the internet. And even so, like I said, again, I love Miguel, and Miguel deserves all the credit. He's one of my dearest friends.
Yeah, hard worker.
But it's interesting that a guy I saw in Arlington, the NARBC this last weekend, the most pictures I saw with anyone was Miguel. And this is a guy that literally didn't own snakes 6 years ago. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve credit, because it's amazing that he went in 6 years. He became the big dog of the hobby in 6 years. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that happens in almost any other hobby. I mean, you can become like a big dog, but you're not like, people don't look at you as you're the GOAT.
Besides,
you're the GOAT.
Besides, rappers. Rappers can do that.
But even rappers.
But
even rappers are a good example. Like, most rappers will respect the OGs.
100%. Yeah, like you ain't talking shit on Biggie and Tupac.
Honestly, you would probably get beat down if you disrespected.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're Ice Cube and Ice-T and freaking Tupac and
there's so many. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they would all be like, hey, you know what? Maybe I hate fucking Eminem, but that guy's a goat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is interesting.
It's a weird thing. Again, I'm not saying, please, if anyone hears this, I'm not saying anything against Miguel, because
no, we're just having a conversation.
I'm just saying, like, it is wild to think that people don't look past that. I mean, like, look at Kevin McCurley. Kevin gets a lot of hate, maybe not quite as much as me, but a good portion.
Yeah, definitely.
And he is obviously one of the OGs, man.
Of course.
I mean, he's been around since I mean, he came in a little bit after me, but not much after me.
At least, like, with him, like, he has an outlandish character.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, he is crazy as a person.
Yeah, you're so nice.
Yeah,
like,
at
weird.
least you would like bow down and
he's
fucking
the evil,
clean someone's toes if they
he's
wanted.
the evil morph god, for God's sakes.
And he doesn't give a damn what he says.
Yeah, the angel of death.
What was that one mom? Jesus. What did Jesus had to wash some people's feet, right? Like, Dad would wash people's feet.
Yeah, to keep him happy, yeah.
Yeah, to like keep. You remember that story in the Bible, Jesus?
I wouldn't, but he would.
Yeah. Am I making that shit up?
No,
you should start washing people's feet at reptile shows.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe I should have a booth that I just wash people's feet.
Yeah, when they come in, you'll remember me now.
Yeah,
I'm not okay with that.
No, Mom, this is what we have to do.
We have to do to change the opinion.
To change the opinions, Dad has to start washing the toes of the civilians.
I don't think so because honestly, no.
I do.
So one thing though, and so like when I got into the reptile hobby, I found you, Kevin McCurley.
Yeah.
Right? So, but that was my knowledge. I mean, you guys are the ones that I know. I didn't know John Mack and Applegate and all these people until I met you and learned from you, right?
Right.
Maybe that's also part of the problem too. Is like I just knew you guys. I didn't know anything before. I didn't know anything.
Right.
So how do you fit? I mean, I don't know if that solves it, but it definitely could help.
Well,
At least if there's a lineage,
I think it helps with the lineage, but I don't know that it changes the culture
I agree.
of the hobby.
Well,
and the culture of the hobby is to not care about who came before.
Yes and no, though, because honestly, is anybody putting that information out there?
Well, it doesn't. Listen.
No, I think sometimes it does. Like, no, everybody, but I think there's a vein of people who would be very interested.
Well, no, there's a
want
vein,
to do that,
a vein of
and
people, but it's a minority.
And you don't know though. Like, obviously, I think it's important to do it, to put it out there, and
No,
for
I
that
wanted-
people,
well,
and you
of course.
don't know what explosion could come off of
no,
that.
listen.
And maybe it could redirect where people would be like, holy crap, like, yeah. we need to do.
Well, right. Well, number one, I've been talking about doing it forever.
Yeah.
So obviously, I want to do it. It's not like you're not convincing me to do it because I want to do it. But I'm just saying that I think that the results is not what you think it's going to be. Because this is the thing that happens, right? Is that like Jay finds me on the internet, right? And he's like, oh my God, I'm loving watching Brian's thing. Then he gets into a Facebook group and goes, yeah, I love Brian. And they're like, oh my God, that guy's a fucking animal abuser. He's a piece of shit. Now Jay goes, wait a second, I thought that Brian was a good guy. And
that has happened.
Right,
so
exactly.
Straight up, but I'm smart enough to not be an idiot.
You're a free
what
thinker.
What we're talking about right now is not just you. We're talking about the OGs and the whatever. And the reality is, honestly, I think that us bringing these people on, how many people have podcasts now? One more every day.
Yeah, there's a ton, yeah.
Reptile people are coming up. So as we're doing that, some more people are going to be like, oh, you know what? Brian had this person. I'm going to have this person on. Like, you know what I mean? And it could start a trend of them having these, these old people in to where people get knowledge and stuff like that.
Well, no, I agree.
Now, it can't, the shit is never going to go away. But I think, honestly, the knowledge and the putting the people out there that people don't know about, I think it could take off.
It does help a bit, right? Because think about it. Like, we all got to hear, Pantera, Metallica, whatever, on the radio. So we all knew who they were. No one knows who these people are. No one. They weren't broadcasted anywhere, So they were just dudes collecting snakes.
Yeah. Also, another thing with like Joe Rogan Experience, that helped kind of expand knowledge of previous comedians and such.
Yeah.
I learned so much about comedy, and that helped kindle my love and passion for comedy by listening to Joe Rogan Experience and also like all the other podcasts from the comedians afterwards.
Like I said, obviously, like I told your mom, you don't have to convince me. I'm in.
I'm
in. But the other problem is,
I think
that
we're also talking about like letting like the potential launch off of doing it, like not the fact that we need to. I do believe that.
I do too.
And
I think there's at least potential. Not
I think
100.
I think there's potential, and I want to do it because I want to do it. I actually think you guys are probably a little bit off about this explosion of interest. I think most people probably don't. Most people in the hobby probably just are like, just show me a clown ball python. And they don't care any more than that. I mean, it sucks that it's that way, but I think it is that way.
It's hard to say.
But anyways, the point is, the other challenge we have is like Bill. Bill's not traveling right now because of COVID. He's like, I text him and I said, hey, Bill, and this is a guy that would get on a plane to fly for a fucking 2-hour meeting all over the place,
too, because,
he's older. And,
exactly.
And
there's reasons
but
where
apparently
he should
he's
be
not
more
going to get
careful.
vaccinated because he's, because I text him, I was like, hey, Bill, how are you? I said, I would love to have you up and see the zoo and have you on my podcast. I said, are you traveling at all? He said, I haven't traveled one time since the beginning of COVID, and I'm not planning on until it's over. And, so I think that's one thing. I think some other guys, like I'd love to have a guy like Ernie Wagner on. Ernie's got to be in his 80s right now. Is he getting on a plane from Seattle to fly here?
But you know what? We have others too, and I think you just do what you do. What about? Okay, obviously we can't have Don, but what about Shay? What about, I don't know
like
if
Rob
Robbie
Zirkle.
would.
You like
Rob
Zirkle
is a perfect thing.
Listen,
like, that's
I know
what I'm
there's
saying.
I know there's a ton of people that I would love to have on. Don't get me wrong, but there are some challenges. I'd like to hunt down, like even hunting people down is hard. Like Gary Sipperly would be a great one to have on.
Absolutely.
I have no idea where Gary even lives anymore. You know, I don't even know what state he lives.
Exactly. It gives us fun. It gives us this could be our mission, you know, is to do that. And I think it would be fun. I would enjoy those because like I said, to me, it would be like
like I said, I've been talking about doing it. It's not like I'm not talking. I want to do it. I'm going to do it. It's just a matter of doing it, you know, and but I do think that is it going to change some people into thinking, oh my God, I didn't even know about that? Sure, absolutely. I still think that, you know, again, a lot of people are going to be just worried about what's happened in the last 5 years. You know, who's at Tinley Park? You know, that type of thing. I think it's just disappointing, but you know, I'm willing to try and I'm going to try.
Yeah, and that's all we can do, and then we'll actually find the conclusion afterwards. Other than that, both of our opinions are just pure speculation. Yeah. I mean, because since we don't have the product out right now, we can't tell. Yeah. We're not even testing.
Right. No.
So how can you get a theory?
Yeah.
If you're not even testing your hypothesis.
I guess it's because I have a pretty good handle on what the reptile hobby does.
I know.
You know. I mean, you know what I mean? There's, you know, but let's just move on.
Simple Man says, Lori, what's the most exciting moment you had today that you can talk about?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Very exciting life.
Ooh.
No, I was thinking about some, and I can't even talk about it. Unfortunately,
this was a question for Ma.
Yeah.
No, but
Can't talk about that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
This is your question, Ma.
But that was an exciting moment. That's what I'm saying.
Most exciting 24 hours. This is April 28th. 2021.
I mean, you didn't pick a good day. Okay, so the most exciting thing I can talk about is when I opened a box of new product for the Reptarian.
Did you guys see that?
What is it? I have no idea.
These super cute little chameleons. They're
really
super.
By the way,
fit in my hand.
Okay.
They're tiny.
Good.
Yep, and they're really colorful. So it's
dope.
a new addition.
Handheld chameleon.
Yeah, it's
maybe
it's
one of
cute.
my favorite things in the gift shop.
Yeah,
stuffed animals.
Yeah, it's a new edition that it was back ordered. It just came in today. So that was exciting.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then Simple Man came back, says, some love from Mama Tomsky. I hope you'll have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. As always, Simple Man, you always kill it, and we always appreciate you beyond belief.
That's it on the chats for now, guys.
Yeah, so there you go. Let's see. I'm going to see what I think.
You had one more.
Which one was it?
I got to end it on that.
It was number 3.
Oh, yeah. No. Where, if it wasn't Michigan, where would you guys want to live? If it wasn't Michigan, where would you want to live?
I mean, honestly, up until recently, I would never want to live anywhere else, but I have been thinking of other places.
Oh yeah, because of our governor.
Because of the state of our state.
Yeah. It is pretty sad.
And
it's a repressive thing here.
I think we're better than California though.
If you guys have things, throw it in because I'm trying to think of what my pick would be.
Honestly, I know I'm bending the rules, but let's say I'm 60 years old.
Yeah.
I'm moving to Hawaii.
Oh, interesting.
I think I'll move to Hawaii when I'm old.
I think I would get bored with Hawaii though.
I have thought of it at times in my life.
I just think it would be cool because I have my cousin out there, and I'm imagining he would stay his whole life.
Yeah, he's probably going to be
so
there.
I think it would be cool. It'd actually be really cool to move out there.
Yeah.
When I'm 60, we're both in our
chilling.
60s. Yeah, we're both in our 60s. We have no responsibilities.
You're just chilling with your Hawaiian shirts on the beach.
Yeah,
just
drinking
checking out the
chais.
chicks. Just looking at the chicks.
That would be fun.
See, I just think I would get island fever. I think I would, I think it would be within about a year. I'd be like, I got to get the hell off this island.
I would like it more than you, but I feel like I would have to also travel a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the fact
it just sucks that
it's because you're stuck in an island.
90
at least,
miles. 90 miles.
I mean, in an hour, you can drive around the whole island.
Yeah.
Like that's
and
all
then
you
you'd
can
be like,
do.
you can only eat so many malasadas before there's only so many shaved
and
ice
so many
places.
shave ice
before
you're like the big old what is it is Oz what was his name the big old singer because you're so damn
yeah.
But you could hike a lot, so you could burn all the malasadas off.
Yeah.
I have a malasada T-shirt they gave me. I love that thing.
Leonard's. Yeah, that's nice.
That thing.
I would definitely 100% Arizona.
It's a banger.
100%.
It's a banger.
It wouldn't even be a second question.
If we were,
if I had a second, third home, I would have one in Arizona.
Dang, I think if we're staying on the mainland, I'm moving. I think I would want to give Texas a go.
Texas is great too. I've always said the 3 states I love a lot of states.
I like
but
Michigan
the 3
there,
states
too.
I would do would be California, which now I would never move to California, but in the past I'd move to California, Arizona, and Texas.
It's hard because I used to gauge it on weather and climate, but now my brain has to go with the No, because it is, because it's true, and that's why like I've always loved Michigan, but now I'm like Michigan can suck it.
Yeah, it's bad. It's been a bad year.
So, but that is more like, this is what I like, and this is the climate I like. So prior to that, like I remember we used to travel to say like Maryland or New England.
Yeah, that's a
and
great
I
place
really,
too.
I really like that too. But I, politically, I'm not sure if that's it. And like you said, now I'm just like, fuck it. I hate being hot, but I might as well just move to Texas because at least I can do whatever the hell I want. So it depends on what you're talking about.
You got like New Hampshire though.
Yeah, New Hampshire's pretty.
New Hampshire's like fuck everybody. You
Is
know,
it?
they're
Okay.
like
See,
the
I don't
Texas
know.
of they're the Texas of New England.
Okay.
I like that. They need T-shirts.
I always did the Texas of New England.
They'd be big making bands if they did that though.
But no,
right.
I always loved that part of the country. Like, when we visited, I was like, I would always think like I could live here. Like, this is pretty
I like
cool.
the East Coast. I like the East Coast. I do. But you know me. I'm not a winter guy.
Yeah.
So if I was going to move somewhere besides Michigan, I would definitely want to move to somewhere warm.
If I would have given the okay, we would have been living there long ago.
Arizona was
Tight.
too hot, I think.
Yeah,
Really?
it was.
It was like,
See, that's the
it
thing.
was a scorcher.
I went there when I was a kid because my dad lived in
my
New
nose.
Mexico, and we, obviously we were in New Mexico, and like, okay, between the hours of this and this, you stayed in the house because it was too hot to leave.
during the summer, I
got
mean,
triple digits.
That's like winter here.
And it's like, that's just too much.
I went to-
I wasn't
yeah.
made for that kind of shit.
I went to Phoenix in July once and spent a couple
almost
weeks
died.
there. No, I loved it.
That's a
I loved it
great
because
movie title, by the way. Phoenix in
Phoenix in
July.
July.
Yeah, it
Phoenix in
is.
July. Yeah, that's a good one. But I remember I was there for about 2 weeks, and I remember the lowest high was 113.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Wow.
I'm not okay with
Lowest.
that.
So it was always between 113 and 118.
and I like warm,
Yeah.
and I like being in the sun.
I
but
just
that's
remember.
just
I remember
death.
walking.
That's being
to,
in hell.
I,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, literally
I actually
hell.
loved it.
I
but
know,
I
you were
remember.
sunbathing.
I remember walking to the store, and it felt like someone had a blow dryer blowing me in the face, like a
And
blow
you
dryer.
loved-
He was
and you
smiling
loved
like
it.
I
Right.
loved it.
You know
man.
what
I
I'm
would be
thinking?
like,
loved it.
somebody shoot me.
You know what I'm thinking? There needs to be studies done where they test the old people because we know that saunas can help with mental diseases.
Alzheimer's.
I wonder
if
The
there's
people
less.
in those countries,
Exactly.
in those states.
yes, I wonder if
Live
old
longer.
people live longer.
I have
or
a feeling
they have
though
something.
it would be interesting to hear that, but I wonder, a
I have a
sauna.
feeling they die of
No.
heat stroke.
I just think that sauna's like 160 to 180, whereas 115 is still.
yeah.
I mean, don't
But
get me
this
wrong,
is-
it's hot, but
It's not hot enough to preserve
But
you.
it's longer because you're outdoors for longer than a sauna.
yeah,
though.
but like your ma said, it's really true.
gotta be
People
a bit
don't go
hot.
outside during those hours.
No, they treat that like winter.
yeah,
Right.
they like go. They go like from noon till 4. You don't go outside.
Stay
period.
inside with the AC on.
Yeah,
Yep.
just stay inside with the AC on. You
I don't
know.
want to live in a state where I can't go
I
outside.
know.
No, but you already
That's
like,
it.
think about it. If it was negative 14 outside, which can happen, it's freezing outside. You're
But
probably
it-
not going out, and you're going to
but
sit in
it-
the house with heat.
But it's very rare. Like we
But
don't
I don't.
have
I
that
don't. But I
extreme.
went outside. I loved it outside. You know, at that 115 degrees. That was the
You're
best ever.
special.
Bacon on a rock, dude.
I remember
That's
I
the-
was in a place out in Northern Territory, Australia, called Nurlangi, and it was a rock escarpment, and it was like.
Rock escarpment.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
fucking
I
love
don't even
that.
know what
that
that
is.
I don't know, but I'm all about it. I need one in my backyard.
So, but anyway, it was about 120 degrees, and I remember we had like a bunch of people out there. And are you looking up rock
Yeah,
escarpment?
of course, dude. I need to see what this, I need to know.
Like,
This is
like,
great.
yeah,
This is
just,
exactly it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, there you go.
That's
All
it.
right, so
Rock
that's what you
escarpment.
were talking about.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Like Uluru.
So, like, yeah, like
Oh,
a
yeah, of
monolith, a
course.
random rock.
Of course.
Oh, you don't know?
Uluru.
Wait, you guys don't know Uluru?
Of course, Uluru.
I spelled that totally.
I
wrong.
mean-
That's Ayers Rock, which is Uluru.
Didn't we see
Uluru.
that? Didn't we see that?
And that's
you
a
spelled
rock.
it right, too.
That's a rock escarpment.
good.
And people call it Ayers, but that's actually the Australians get mad at you if you call it Ayers Rock.
I've
'Cause
always
it's
heard
actu-
of Uluru, yeah.
Yeah, Uluru is what its actually name is, and they actually get upset
It's
if you
just
call
a big
it
red.
Ayers.
Is that?
It's
is
a
that
rock
Australian
escarpment.
for
Oh, wow.
big red rock.
It's giant,
It's a
dude.
rock escarpment.
No one knows how it got there. That's what's crazy.
It's
Wow,
crazy.
it's taller than the
I've
Eiffel
never
Tower.
been to
Twisted.
Uluru, but flown over it.
What do they
so
mean?
I've seen it from the air.
Nobody knows how they get there. Not even the scientists can come up with a
What do
theory
you mean?
or a hypothesis.
It's a rock. It just eroded
alien,
and
ancient
it's there.
alien,
Like,
ancient alien.
That shit just happened.
How did it?
It's giant.
This is my
It's a
hypothesis.
mountain of rock.
what?
The fucking tectonic plates
But there's not.
just went.
Because
then boom.
there's nothing over there.
Yeah,
That's
there's no
why it's
tectonic.
weird, because it's not by another mountain range or something. It's just
Yeah.
like in the
It's a-
middle
What
of nowhere.
about that
Yeah.
one that's in the distance? All right, click down one, right one, down one,
Yeah,
one,
I
right
see
one.
it, Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and there's
that-
one in the distance.
Yeah, there's
Right.
another rock.
But like, there's not like a ridge connecting all these. They're like
Doesn't matter.
random things popping out of the
All right,
ground.
so I'm
Kinda
not a
crazy.
fucking geologist, so this isn't my job.
Of course. not.
Geologists, get on it. There shouldn't be something
I don't think it's
unanswered
that
like
amazing. Like, I mean, it's
Uluru is
no,
amazing.
it's cool, but I'm just saying to the point where
I've got that's like a,
how did this happen?
I'm
well,
so mad. that-
life. Like, how did those other mountains happen?
know.
How did this?
I'm
other,
so
like,
mad. I've
it's
been to
just what
Australia so
happens.
many times, and like I said, only seen Uluru from the
Only
air.
from the
Okay,
distance.
now
I gotta go.
I've never got
There's-
to
there-
touch it.
There's
I gotta
actually they
touch the
do a night thing that's called the Sounds of Silence, and you go out and you have dinner, and what happens is Uluru when the sun sets, which is almost always beautiful because there's hardly ever rain there. It turns colors. It goes like purple to orange to red, and you sit out there after dinner and you just watch the color
It does
change
sound
as
cool.
it comes
Damn.
on.
I do the night of silence though. I do that at
Home.
every night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at,
yeah.
at 8:30.
Everyone stop talking to me.
What happens is Lori does the Sounds of Silence at 8:30 while we're watching something on TV.
Exactly.
and then it turns into sounds of
Snoring.
snores.
Yeah.
I can't tell if it's her or Phoebe. Her or Phoebe, either one. There's someone
They both.
snoring.
Listen,
I don't
you
know who
snore
is.
too, so sometimes I can't tell the difference.
You guys
Yeah.
need to get fucking sleep apnea
Yeah.
medication.
Let Rose.
Let Rose's Bird says, I got a visitor who interrupted my podcast time. I guess I'll have to rewatch.
Oh,
okay.
man.
Thanks
I
for
tell you what,
tuning in.
tell,
Thanks. We appreciate
tell
it.
that visitor
I'm
to
happy
go
you got a
F off.
visitor. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy the company. Dakota says, have a great day, stay positive, and I've been trying to get a zoo started / vet for all animals, wild and house pets. Any advice?
Wow. Let's see. Let me try to think.
Zoo
How about
and a
this?
vet?
I got advice.
Zoo vet.
I got advice.
What
Vet.
do you got?
I got advice. So I'm gonna give the same advice that Dave Chappelle gave me via YouTube video. He didn't. I never talked to Dave Chappelle, but via YouTube video, he said, he said, once you get started, you can't stop.
Right.
I think that's the best advice.
Yeah.
It's
You know?
start trying to achieve your dream,
Right.
and don't stop.
You know what they say? You know how you eat an elephant, right?
Start and don't stop.
From the leg.
I don't know.
One bite at a time.
There you go. Same thing.
I like that. That's true.
Same thing.
So it's so just eat the elephant.
Keep
man.
eating elephants.
Just take one bite, bud. Just take a bite.
One bite
Yes.
at a time.
Same thing
But
with
just get started. I agree. Get
folding
started.
laundry. I hate folding laundry,
Same, dude.
and the hardest
Pick it
part,
up. You just got to pick up the first piece.
the hardest part is starting.
Yeah.
And once you get into that first
Right.
fold,
Foldy?
then boom.
No,
Next
I
thing you
agree.
know, you have your pet house.
Yeah. And it's the same thing we've done our whole lives, right? We've just started. You know, we just have always started. You know,
Don't
I
make
mean,
it too
it's, you know,
complicated. Just
Yep.
do the first step.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And don't stop.
Baby steps.
Baby step.
Baby steps.
Baby step to the door. Baby step to the,
I wonder
to the
how many.
hallway.
I wonder how many people are gonna get that.
No, I mean if they don't, I feel bad for them. Baby step it, baby.
Baby steps.
Dakota says, have a great day. Stay positive. And
Thank
sorry,
you.
I just read that
Yeah,
one.
that's just too
the
much.
other one underneath, he just threw $2 to say,
It says wait for it. Wait for
Wait
it.
for it.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Wait for it.
You too, motherfucker.
Ralph says, hey, I'm Ralph. I'm from Colorado here and was wondering if you had any advice on breeding yellowtail Crebos, Seasons, or Brumation.
Yeah, so they breed really. What you do is you cool them down. You don't really totally brumate them, but you cool them down and then you breed them about typically like January area. So they're kind of almost like more like a rainbow boa than they are a colubrid, really.
Interesting.
So you want to cool them down October, November, December, but not hibernate them, and then slowly bring them back up.
Cool.
Future Reptarian employee says, you guys are amazing. Go #Reptile Army. I can't wait for my Monroe shirt to get here. To arrive. Sorry. I'll be spreading the message of love. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you
Hell
so much.
yeah.
I appreciate it. Thanks for joining the army, man. I
Joining
appreciate
the
you so
army.
much. Simple man. Again,
Simple
what
Man,
the hell's up with you?
He
bro?
dropped another 50
Dude,
banger.
man, I tell you, we're gonna
Gotta get my crown.
Got the private tour.
He
Coming
says,
here, man.
going back to eating different things. Would it be weird if a gator is your favorite animal, but you would still want to try it? And I know I might be old, but here's some money for Five Guys. Have a great night.
Oh, Five Guys.
You're
That's
not
a banger.
Dude, I just had it the other
What
night.
does that have to do
It's
with
freaking
old?
great.
Five Guys, the best burgers on the planet.
Well, yeah, thank you so much. I am not at all opposed to eating alligator.
No.
I think it's good for the conservation of alligators. You know what they've done with the hunting season and stuff like that. I have made a personal choice in my life to never eat a reptile. I've never tried a reptile. I will never eat a reptile. It's just something that I made a personal choice on.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't look at. I mean, I've been out with people that are reptile people that have ordered alligator tail, fried alligator tail. I've been to Australia where they eat saltwater crocodile, you know, and I was out with a guy named Adam Britton who is a famous croc guy, and I saw him eat alligator tail, and he's one of the most famous, you know, croc guys in Australia. So I don't think it's weird at all if you like it and you want to eat it, and I don't think it's a bad thing. You got to remember the conservation. If it wasn't for the hunting and farming, now hunting, but first off, farming of alligators, they'd be extinct right now.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say is, I mean, you do you. And you do what you're comfortable with. And if you feel it's a personal thing, that's fine to not do it. But on the other hand, if something is not extinct, if you're not like
don't eat
killing the elephants for the trunks, for the virility of, you know what I mean? Like to putting something to extinction
don't like
is
eat
one
pangolin.
thing.
Yeah.
But like for something that is readily there, if you want to try it and if you like it, I don't think there's a problem with it.
I mean, and like I love horses, but a fucker's got a glue and a fucker's
No.
got a glue. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel you, bro.
No,
That's
I
crazy.
get it too. Because believe me, like I do. I love animals. I love all animals. But I like to eat meat.
Would you?
Yeah.
You know what I
Would
mean?
you ever, if
I
and
know
we've
what
been
you're
to
gonna ask,
places,
yeah.
would you eat a dog? We've been to China. They eat dogs in China.
I would
Indonesia.
I would
they
take the
eat
same.
dogs.
I would take the same. Oh my goodness! I would take the same stance as you did with the reptiles,
Right.
with dogs.
Yeah. Well,
can't
ironically
eat a
enough, I was
dog.
when I
I
was in
feel-
Indonesia. The guy that I
love
was
them too
with
much.
actually said, "Do you want to go try dog?" And I said, "No, I can't do that." I
wouldn't
was
wanna
like,
do that.
just like I didn't want to. You know,
wouldn't
I
wanna do
didn't
that.
eat giraffe when I was in.
You say giraffe?
Giraffe. Yeah, I had the opportunity to eat giraffe.
You say giraffe?
Where?
in Africa?
don't- yeah.
And I was like, no. I
Aren't
don't wanna
they
eat
like
giraffe.
kind of going extinct too, or did I make that up?
Well, I mean, they're protected for sure, and but
How'd
you
they
know.
kill that thing?
Well,
Why'd
what
they do
happens a
that?
lot of times is they have like older giraffe,
That just
or
die.
they have too many giraffe in a herd or something like that, and they have to call them off. And they do a lot of canned
Send 'em
hunting,
here.
which sucks. I don't like it. You know, I mean, I don't think that like going out and picking off a giraffe. You know, like you drive up in a car and like, okay, there's a giraffe, kill it. That's not hunting. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Especially a
you know.
giraffe. I mean, they're
See it
so
from miles
yeah.
away. Okay, fucker can't
Seemed
even
like
hide.
a hard hunt. Where's the sport in that? It's not fast. It's not stealthy.
Well, it is fast.
It doesn't
It's
hide.
fast. The stride's long,
They
but
are fast. They are
it's so big.
Right.
Just throw a rock
Kind of
from
easy
miles.
to find it.
It's not quite a hunt.
No.
It's more of a
Well,
Spy. Yeah.
Yeah, and most of those hunts are literally they just take you right to them.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
They're like,
not
oh, this is
you're like,
Jeff.
yeah, it's not like you're
Clearly.
just going out like go find a giraffe, you know. Because I actually, to be honest with you, I've seen several wild giraffes in the wild, but it was probably one of the least things I've seen in the wild.
Wow.
I've seen more rhinos. I've seen lots of elephants. I've seen very few giraffe in the
Lots of
wild.
zebra?
There has been lots. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
so many zebra.
Zebra are like
I heard
the
they're
all
squirrels.
painted.
They're like the squirrels of Africa.
Yeah, they're like the squirrels. Lots of zebra.
I do
no,
love
I did try
squirrels,
zebra.
too.
I did try zebra.
How was that?
It didn't taste good.
It reminds
Gamey.
me.
Tastes
It's
good.
probably
Was it really
horse
gamey?
like.
Yeah, it was real gamey and real. It was probably very much like what a horse would taste like, which I haven't ever tasted. But yeah, I wouldn't have eaten it again.
One thing. So we take for granted what the things we have, like the things that are most bountiful for us, right? And squirrels are like slept on here.
Oh my
Because-
gosh, yeah.
One of my favorite things to do, like in the backyard or wherever in nature, is to just like watch squirrels.
They're so sick. Yeah.
Because it is live and in person American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they will jump from tree branch that is like super thin and super wiry to another tree and grab onto it and pull
Oh,
up.
they're crazy.
And it's so much fun. It's free entertainment.
And it's funny because when people come from other countries, in particular Australia, they are like blown away at squirrels. I mean, they're like, "What is a squirrel? What?
They didn't even wait. They don't even know it's a thing.
Yeah, they're just like blown away.
No,
just like
they don't even like because we know kangaroos are real. So when we go there, we're like, kangaroo. But they come here and they don't even know.
But that's the whole thing is the squirrels to us are what kangaroos are to them. Because it's that common.
Right.
Like,
but do they know
it depends
about...
on the person. Some people know squirrels. Some people are like, what is that? You know?
Wow.
I've had both cases,
oh my God. Imagine not knowing what it is and then coming here. Because, I mean, they're everywhere. It's probably like alligators and berms in Florida.
Yeah, there's a lot of squirrels.
Like, there's so many fucking squirrels that you just see them everywhere. You look outside, you can see 10 of them.
Yeah, we have black squirrels too, which are rare for most other places. Right,
Brown
Jay,
squirrels?
you've never seen.
Yeah,
I've seen them when I went to Canada once, but not in Jersey. We don't have them.
That's the whole thing. I think they did come from Canada.
Yeah, you guys have like 4 different squirrel species here. We only had gray squirrels. So.
I saw a ginger squirrel the other day.
Yep. Yeah. They're called. I think they're called fox squirrels.
I like the ones that are black with the
orange tail.
Orange tails.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those are so beautiful.
Yeah, you don't
There's
see
a bunch.
those too much.
Mom and I saw
ones, right?
one with mange the other day. Remember that?
Well,
it was all
these are fox
mangy.
squirrels. What Noah saw.
Yeah.
We were like, get away from us.
I was trying to take a picture.
What's that speckled white and black?
I don't know.
That one's
It's called
that one's cool,
that
man.
one's beautiful.
I don't.
It says
I've
South
never
Carolina?
Seen,
I was
going to
say I've never seen
That's
that
badass
one.
though.
Yeah, that one's
I wish.
really
Never seen
cool.
that.
That's a cow squirrel.
House squirrel.
Dakota says, "Thank you, much love."
Thank you.
And Drew says, "I want to breed my boas in a few years and was wondering what the best way to learn boa morph is. Mine are IMG, Het VIP, and a Motley. Was that Arabesque?
Arabesque, yeah.
Het Call.
God, it's hard to say what the best. There isn't a lot of boa morph stuff out there as far as like info stuff. I mean, probably peruse the internet. I mean, boas are definitely not as complicated as ball pythons or leopard geckos or corn snakes or something like that. Yeah. There's plenty of boas out there, but it's pretty easy to figure them out. You know what I mean? There's obviously call albinos, sharp albinos. There's obviously the IMG stuff. There's the VPI T positives, and I mean the list goes on and on. I mean there's a lot, but like it doesn't take that much to learn them. You know what I mean? No. Like in a pretty. I mean I'm. Maybe there's 50 morphs.
That's what I'm saying.
Something like that. There's not hundreds of morphs.
Has anyone released a book or anything?
I don't think there's been any books on boa morphs at all. Like
not as in demand.
Yeah, it's just probably a niche thing, and probably not as many.
Listen, I love boas, but I agree with you. There's not as much about it.
But I think that just going on Morph Market and probably some boa pages forums on Facebook.
That's the move. Get a couple groups.
Yeah, you probably learn everything pretty quick. They're pretty simple.
I wonder if you could also join a Facebook group about reptiles or anything, boas, if there is one that specific.
I'm sure there is.
And then ask questions.
Ooh, be careful of that.
Yeah, be careful.
What? People don't like fucking questions?
Oh my God. Reptile groups, if you ask a question, they're like,
well, don't even touch the animal then, you idiot moron.
How dare you ask what a boa...
How dare you not be born with knowledge?
Yeah, you idiot.
You dumbass.
I'm serious. That's
how it is.
That's how most...
so toxic.
I mean, I don't know. There's very few reptile groups on Facebook. Of course, I don't peruse them, but that are not extremely toxic.
I haven't. There's a reason I'm not part of any of them.
So elementary. It's just
I mean, it's like again, people go there to learn, and then if you ask questions, you get destroyed by the people. It's a sad thing.
What did my friend Nick say? He said get sodomized.
Yeah, they get sodomized.
You get sodomized if you ask questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds fun.
Not wrong.
That's nice. All right, we got anything else?
That's it, brother.
Can I share my story?
Yeah, one last story.
One last story, and then we'll close it down.
Okay. Because I was looking for interesting things to talk about.
Okay.
And I came across a Florida woman story.
Oh,
yeah. Lisa Tomsky?
That's my mama.
Tell me if it was your mama.
Yeah, I will.
So, driving down a freeway.
Okay.
And something flies through her windshield.
Oh.
Hits her in her head.
Ugh.
Gives her a big gash.
Oh, my goodness.
Pulls over, causes a big thing. The daughter calls 911. And they come.
Whoop, whoop.
A turtle.
No.
Jesus Christ.
A
Dago turtle.
Ready or slider.
A turtle.
Hit me in the head.
Flies through her window, hits her in the head, gives her a big old gash.
I'm bleeding.
And, and they're like, well, it's rare, but
It can happen.
It can happen on occasion. It was probably crossing the road. Somebody ran over it. It flew up. It went through her windshield.
Oh my God! What luck! Wow. I have received word.
The turtle was fine. Mama only needed a few stitches.
That is terrifying.
I have received word that it wasn't my mom, unfortunately, but I wish, because that would have been a crazy story with that gash on her head, huh?
Do you remember?
I am surprised.
And the headline was like, "My mom has the worst luck."
Yeah,
that's what she told 911 when she called. My mom has the worst luck.
That's bad luck. It is bad luck.
So this is very on topic, and that's why I have to say it. Do you remember? So I think he married into our family from downriver. And he was driving his car one day.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
And a lot of the highways and freeways that we take here, there's a lot of bridges that you pass from under, overpasses that you go under. And he was driving, and a fucking boulder fell off from one of the bridges, came through his windshield, and hit him in the shoulder.
Broke his shoulder,
And he broke his shoulder, and if it would have hit him right in his face, he would have died.
Yeah, and he had to drive home like another 40 minutes with blood, and the window was cracked and everything else like that.
How crazy
is that?
Well,
that's obviously why they're doing a lot of those, redoing all the bridges.
Yeah.
because he wasn't
God bless
first.
Detroit.
Right.
God bless Detroit.
I mean, what a bad day. That's like, I try to think about that stuff a lot. Is like, our
could
bad
be worse.
Could be worse. Is like, our bad days usually are still really good in the grand scheme of things.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
And with that
being said, we are going to get out of here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget Choices Podcast on Friday. I'm having special guest Lewis Carr. He's a fellow up and coming comedian as well. So that will be a fun one, 4:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you don't already know. And then Snake Talk on Saturday. It's episode 21. So this is a big week for us. We have a lot of stuff planned. So
yes, we do.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You have been checked in, and we are checking out.
Peace. See you guys. Thank you.